What's up, fight fans and all people through walks of life? I'm Jake Cotto, and welcome to the Boxing and Jedi's Temple. And I'm gonna share something with you today. I'm gonna just put it like this, man. I did a live on Facebook. I'm about to show everybody. It's gonna say half of what I got to say, and then I'm gonna invite a guest on the panel, a certain guest that I have on the panel. It's raining like crazy out here in Florida. And then I'm going to show you something that's ongoing and that hasn't been reported. So this is not a boxing live. This live has to do with current events and what's going on. And I'm going to show you exactly who the fuck I am in life. So understand that a lot of people are basically risking their relationships because of this stuff. And I'm going to point out a lot of things. I'm not going to blame you if you want to unsubscribe from what I'm saying. But I am a truth teller. And sometimes the truth is either going to get you crucified or you're going to lose people or things behind it. And y'all knows who the fuck I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? So peace to everybody. I hope I don't offend anyone, but this was the stream that I did. Peace to everybody. JD Boxing, my man Mark Parisi Jr., Roscott 222 Sporting Advantage. Peace to everybody, man. You guys got to hear exactly what I had to say. All right? Here we go. What's going on, everybody? I'm your boy, Jake Cotto, and welcome. Welcome to this live stream. I just basically wanted to put this out there. It is what it is. Peace to everybody that's checking in. Peace to everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on, okay? You've got a right. We all know what happened to Mr. George Floyd was completely unacceptable. It was wrong. It was my whole thing here is if you're going to protest, it's protest. But now, when you start terrorists, understand, there are a lot of people out there. I can understand the anger, but I don't understand the actions which are exposing the how all right, everybody's saying that the sound is bad, so I'm gonna have to fucking do this program again, and I'm gonna start it off like this. All right, I'm gonna start it off like this. A lot of you guys aren't gonna like what I have to say, but it is what it is. So here it is. A lot of motherfuckers have been going around because I posted the truth. You know what the fact is? That all of these states that are in turmoil are Democratic run, meaning their leaders are Democratic. I had one gentleman come to me and say, you're a fucking bootlicker, no justice, no peace. Okay. Then I had another gentleman come and say, oh, what you just said is something that Trump would have said, that shit is not full of fact. First of all, you have protests in 2 states, 3 now as they grow, but 2 states. One was Mississippi where this happened. Look at the leaders that's running it, Democratic. Then look at the leaders in New York, where they were, rioting yesterday as well. You got who? De Blasio and who? Democratic, right? So how the fuck am I wrong? Let me show myself here. How the fuck am I wrong? How the fuck am I wrong here? These two states and the states that are falling apart and all the other states that are allowing this shit, all them run, all Democratic. So how the fuck am I wrong? Then I've got these fucking bastards coming out of nowhere trying to tell me that I'm racist. Why am I racist? Because I'm telling motherfuckers that are supposed to be protesting for a man who was choked out, right? Injustice. And no doubt, that shit was racist. It was injustice. It was, but wait, there's more. There's more. Just listen up. Don't leave the live, regardless you don't like what I said or because I touched a button. Listen to what I gotta say first, because you know that I always come with the fucking truth. Always. Yes, I'm gonna be offering links, no doubt. Right after what I have to say, give me 10 minutes. So, breaking a store, grabbing stuff that you can't afford. You're probably not working for, and you've always wanted, you take this opportunity to go and do this. Then you burn the stores down around your habitat, around your neighborhood, around where you live. This is really, really calling for peace and justice. This man really wanted you to do what you're doing as to setting arson and at the same time looting, robbing, and stealing. Because if you take a look at a video that he made 2 days prior, before he died or before he was murdered, with such injustice, he spoke against all of that shit. As a matter of fact, you guys that play the skin politics, that like to tell motherfuckers stay in code, would have most likely called this man a coon and an Uncle Tom. Because he's never, and I repeat, never stood up for the shit that his life was good. On top of that, you've got the females within the race, the black race, saying now because they found out that his girlfriend was white, should I say not right, white. Oh, we can't defend the swirler. The hypocrisy. What is wrong with you people? Because his girlfriend was white. Had you not found that out, you still would have been standing up and protesting for a black man's death. But since his girlfriend is white and you found this out, he's a swirler, so you got nothing to do with it. Then you guys who are fucking stupid and ruthless in life and wasn't shown nothing better, you're going to go and loot and riot your own fucking habitat. At the same time, putting at risk the welfare of all your children as to polluting the fucking air that they're breathing. You guys are fucking parents. Then people want to cut me off and call me a racist and don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That I grew up with, that I used to fuck around with females as well. Because I put up, if you're for the looting and the rioting and you think that this is justice, unfriend me. Oh, peace, bye, I'm done. See you, bitch. Later, motherfucker. I don't need shit like that. And I can actually be comfortable now with drawing the line that at least my children don't have to grow up with your fucking children that are going to be the next wave of poisonous Democrats and fucking stupid liberals. This shit is ridiculous. It's ridiculous how people have double standards. How people all of a sudden are down with the cause, but then they go to their cause and don't want to be down with the cause no more. Okay, fine. I can understand that because he dated a white woman to the African-American females out there that were standing for him. And I'm saying this because this has happened. Because he was with a white woman, he's a swirler. You can't stand for that. What the fuck? The guys that are looting, oh, I'm standing up for the brother, but I need me a flat screen TV. I need me a DVD player. I need me a fucking Xbox One. I need me a PS4. I need me some clothes. I need me appliances. Get the fuck out of here. But you want to call me racist. Now, people got to understand this. This is politically driven, whether you want to believe it or not. First of all, you've got the Democrats who worked in cahoots with China to bring this supposed break, this coronavirus flu, and the proof is in the pudding because they've been trying to fucking do a coup d'etat and all this shit against this president and the voters for no fucking reason because they lost. So everything that they've been trying to do, debunked. Now they got this shit. They got the virus to keep us home, and now they know that keeping people home constantly, people losing their jobs, are stressed out. Then George Soros comes with Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and the Muslim Brotherhood, all that shit. Because those are funded. These are crisis actors. Yes, there are agencies for crisis actors. Do your research before you tell me anything. Before you tell me anything. Because I know these are hoaxes, not, oh, it's a trick. No, people lose lives, but to their benefits to put to the forefront, like mass shootings, since they want to run, okay, we got to keep them with no fucking weapons because we don't want them uprising against us. So what's the first thing they do? They put stuff like that and then they blame us. Oh, you can't have guns. So we're going to go up against guns. And they try to take arms away. No. So this should go to show you that they will do anything to gain this power, bro. From viruses to mass shootings, bro, which you can call hoaxes. Yo, Alex Jones was right. Bill Cooper was right. Bob Lazar was right. Conspiracy theories are fucking fact, bro. They just name it. They name the truth a conspiracy theory because they don't fucking understand, nigga. They don't understand. So what do? If they don't understand it, just like a kid that got something and don't understand, they either break it or throw it away and don't want to deal with it anymore. But they don't want to look into it. That's how you motherfuckers are acting. And you think you motherfuckers that used to be my friends in life and we grew up, that you never reached out for me except to have me as a number on your Facebook list, never wished me happy birthday, never wished any of my children happy birthday, vice versa. I mean, you asked for the request. Now all of a sudden I put something up, you want to reach out and tell me that I'm racist instead of saying how you doing, how's your kid? Man, fuck you, your friendship, everything we went through, fuck all of you motherfuckers. This is why I say, I don't give a fuck. I don't care because I know what comes with this. I know what comes with this. Shit don't last. And when people don't like how you're fucking standing and you're right, they always want to play leader and try to give you their ideologies, and then what happens? Since you don't go against them, they put you in a different light. Fuck it, put me in all lights you want, bro. Shades of gray, black, I don't give a fuck. This is exactly why I've survived and outlived my own parents, motherfuckers that I know parents, even the motherfuckers that I knew. Come on, man. I'm from the old breed of America, not this new shit. What do you think? That I'm gonna stand here and let you guys call me racist because back then, even your uncles, if they're against Trump, were the ones that were saying these illegal immigrants that are in this country are taking the American jobs when they didn't have fucking jobs. And now that they have jobs, they don't say that no more, and they're on the other side. Now, get the fuck out of here with all this hypocrisy. And you want to try to brainwash me and people that I fucking know? Let me tell you something. My 46 years of living on this fucking earth, bro, have been rougher than mostly everybody's you fucking know, son. And even niggas that I grew up with, you don't really fucking know me fully either. But I know you motherfuckers, because you've already shown your fucking colors. So you can unfriend me, you can call me racist, you can call me whatever the fuck you want. I bet you die before me under these politics. Oh yeah, not me. So whether we like the politics or not, this is what it's about. It's all about the left trying to gain power, and they will do anything. So when Trump takes the presidency again, oh, y'all better start. Y'all better start getting your firearm permits. Y'all better, if you live in a state where you are not allowed to carry arms, you better move to a Republican state where you can carry arms, bro. Because let me tell you something. Everybody that's in a Democratic state right now is going crazy because they are commanding you to stay home. They are locking you down. In this Republican state now, the normals, no disrespect to anyone, we've opened up our stores, our states, nobody's sick, the spike can go up. They are fear-mongering you in your life, and this is why you don't like it. So why the fuck are you taking shit out on us? They even went as far as saying fucking hornets, murder hornets, bro. Anything to keep you inside. What, are you not seeing these things, bro? Is the veil that fucking thick? Is it too heavy for you to just fucking lift over your fucking head and see? And you want to call me a conspiracy theorist? I'll be that. You want to call me a racist? I'll be that. But when the truth fucking clears everything, son, you will see that I, amongst millions and millions that are on the same road that I am, were fucking right. I ain't trying to hear this shit. This shit is manufactured fear. It's homegrown terrorism coming from the Dems, kid. The Dems will silence anybody. Come on down, son. Come on down. Come on down. I'm licensed. Come on down, son. Come on down. Lately, there's been black fucking Lincolns, and you know what I'm saying? For 3 years straight, bro. I don't care. All these faults that people want to blame, and they don't want to open their eyes and see. Damn, man, I see that these news medias are attacking one man and the people that put him into there, and they're mad, and they try to say that before they got caught that he was cheating, when it all came around that they were fucking cheating. They were the ones that fucking try to. They found ballots from Republican voters in garbage cans, bro. So that means that, hey, the vote does count when it's to their benefit. Here you have Don cocksucking Lemon. And I'm protected because it says adult content. You got cocksucking Lemon out here talking about white men are fucking terrorists and they're a threat to society, but yet he goes home and fucking cock goggles a white cock every fucking. As a matter of fact, his husband's white. How come his husband ain't? Hey, excuse me, honey. You said I wanted the divorce because you said that I was. Man, come on, son. Peace to everybody that's joining right now. I'm gonna open up, you know, and we can all talk. I'm just letting this out because this is what this video was saying on Facebook. But obviously, Facebook didn't even let me do that. I had to do it from StreamYards to Facebook as a link, not direct. They're trying to silence us. Trump just finished trying to pass a bill saying that they cannot silence us. And people out here saying, fuck Trump. The Democrats want everybody to lose their jobs, stay home with no money. Oh, don't worry about it. There's always welfare, putting us more in a fucking hole because they can print money. But here you have Trump giving everybody a stimulus and but fuck Trump? You guys are the people that are against Trump and his vote are fucking backwards. You're not living life, bro. You're living the life that the Democrats are putting you under, which is viruses, murder hornets, fucking rioting, racism, manufactured racism. You feel what I'm saying? Not saying that there isn't any, but come on, bro. Really? We're not leaving outdoors every day and being called out of our fucking race like that? Like CNN, MSNBC, NBC, CBS are fucking reporting? You people gotta stop being so fucking invested in George Soros manufacturing programs like this, dog. If there are crisis, if there's an agency for crisis actors, what the fuck does this tell you? I'm not making this shit up. Look, do your research. Like I have. Get your own fucking, how do you say, your own expression. Because when I found this shit out, and what I'm about to tell you as well, you're going to be like, get your own expression. So that way, when it's the same as mine, you can actually say now, you were right, Jedi. You were right, Jay, Baba Yaga, whatever you want to call me, Junkyard Dog, whatever. You were right. This is why I tell you, do your own research so you can get your own fucking, your own reaction to see if it's the same as mine. Remember, mine was like this. What? Now, all of you guys that are out there asking for justice and peace, go home. Because him and other officers are being arrested and they're being charged. So go home. There's no need for it anymore. But no, you want to stay out here. Okay, fine. What's the reason? You wouldn't have one because you're still out there. No justice, no peace. But the motherfuckers is sitting in a cell awaiting fucking. And then you got. Calm the fuck down. Calm down. Let it play out. Because now, let me explain something to you now. This is why I say let it play out. It comes to reports that this fucking asshole of a fucking cop, this monster of a fucking cop, used to work with Mr. Floyd in a nightclub. Okay? You don't believe me? Want to call me conspiracy theory? Want to call me a liar? Okay, you can hold me to that. Now, when you do the research, and don't put it down here because then you're going to have to backtrack, come back, and apologize. Hold that in you. That liar you want to call me, I'm telling you, take the challenge and go do the research, and you will see. You will see exactly what I'm saying. People got to ride shit out. You got to look for yourself and look and look and look and look and look. People use social media wrong. It's not wrong with social media. You just got to know how to use it. Remember, everything is to your fucking discretion. So if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, then you shouldn't be using your discretions, kid. Lean the fuck back, whatever the fuck you want to do, and just don't do it. This happens. This is what's going on. Whether you want to like it or not. The Democrats fabricating all types of shit, putting us in the way, even their own fucking voters, lying to them, lying to you, to calling this president a fucking liar. Meanwhile, if you do your own research, the president has denounced the KKK and David Duke. The president did not throw all this fucking tissue at Puerto Rico and did send $100 million in aid. But then it was found out that, like he said, Puerto Rican officials, and they found out that they were hiding all the water that spoiled all the, you know what I'm saying? And no apologies to this president. But meanwhile, this president is on here doing for us. See, let me tell you something. This president is even better than JFK. You know why? Because JFK was put into there by a mob bribery, son, from JFK's father. And since JFK did not fucking do what the mob wanted them to do as to, okay, we're going to put you in office, getting votes from dead people to push him up. And yeah, JFK was for the people. He went the opposite way. As to the mob, their reason putting him in there was to allow them to do all this corruption and stuff. While he turned around, he was like, no, what did he do that they didn't like? He hired his fucking brother as a district attorney, America's attorney, general attorney. And that's why they assassinated him, because he didn't hold up his side of the bargain. That's what happened. And people are like, oh my God, no, conspiracy theory. No, it makes perfect fucking sense. You just have to write it out. You have to wait until information comes out, collect it. It could take 2 years, 5 years, but the whole thing is not to involve yourself into something that you're going to wind up paying for at the end when you were wrong. My son, I saw him with a picture. He was out there protesting. I told him, get the fuck back in your house, bro, with your fucking mother, and tell your mother to fucking call me, even though I don't speak to her, so I can learn or something, even though you're 18. Get the fuck out of here with this Colin Kaepernick shit. Because where the fuck was Kaepernick and the rest of you stupid motherfuckers when us minorities were getting killed? African Americans, Latino Americans, when we getting killed under Obama's police state, bro. Where the fuck were y'all? Where was Kaepernick? Nowhere to be found, bro. Nowhere to be found. And you want to call motherfuckers like us that don't stay in code? What the fuck is that? Stay in code. I'll tell you what staying code means to these fucking racists that say stay in code. If the white man or anybody else is doing this or that, call them out. But if our own is doing it, turn the cheek. That's your brother. That's your sister. Get the fuck out of here. So, in other words, if they do something as to what this fucking person did, we can't bring them to justice because they're black. Or even Spanish people that are saying stay in code because they're Spanish, or Chinese people that are saying that as well, so on and so forth, etc., etc. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, you want justice? No. The hypocrisy must fucking stop. It must fucking stop. And from now on, I don't want to deal with you motherfucking people anymore. And when I say you people, I'm not talking about blacks, I'm talking about whites, I'm talking about Puerto Rican, I'm talking about ignorant fucking racist people who are fucking MK Ultra fucking controlled by the fucking government, which is the fucking Democratic side of it, the liberal fucking hacks. You're controlled with that shit. Don't spread your ideologies to me, because your shit consists of allowing pedophiles, NAMBLA, allowing pedophiles to register and allowing to pass a law that it's okay for grown men to mess with young boys. Right? That it's okay to kill a baby at full term. Right? That it's okay for transvestites or cross-dressers to go into the rooms of innocent children at the age of what? Pre-K? Grades 1 through what? 5, 6? To read them stories about transvestites and switch up the whole fucking culture and try to turn it gay? The fuck out of here, bro. Who do you guys think you fucking with, bro? I am an American citizen. I'm the son of a fucking patriot who has a Purple Heart and many fucking medals, has his fucking gold jump wings, has served his fucking country, and has told me himself never serve the country. Why would a Vietnam veteran, highly decorated, tell me this? Because he knew what the Democrats were all about. He knew that the Democrats are the ones that, okay, we got this war, so what do Republicans want to do? And some of the Republicans went in on it. And some of them were against it. Meanwhile, all the Democrats were in on it because now, this is proof. They killed lives in wars over there. Look at the abortion thing here. It's on. And I'm not talking about the rights. Everybody has a right to, but full term, dude, full term, that is some satanic fucking sacrificing shit, bro. Killing a baby at full term and trying to make it legal. Meanwhile, you look at the Democratic state, they're all saying this. And then people want to come out here and cape, oh, but Satanism is not what you think. No, motherfucker, you're killing something to fucking sacrifice it to more like Satan. What the fuck? You think, bro, get the fuck out of here. If you're a Democrat, you need to get the hashtag walk the fuck away, son. It's demonic. It's the beginning of demons, son. What is it? When you abbreviate Dems, bro, when you even start the word Democrat, get the fuck out of here. Everything's in code and signs. You gotta know what the fuck you're doing here. So why people that don't understand are quick to put on the fucking tin hat. You're a conspiracy theorist. Ha ha. The rest of these assholes laughing at us, but meanwhile, they're the first ones to get wiped out. Meanwhile, and we're survived because we knew what was going to happen. Without them telling us, their moves, their actions told us exactly what the fuck was going to happen. And since us conspiracy theories or theorists paid attention, look what happened. We survived. This is a war of the spiritual, not physical, you stupid motherfuckers. And if you want to continue to call me racist or whatever, Trump lover, whatever, you continue to do that. You continue to do that. But just like I told Obama, that fake ass fucking, because he's not black, he's Turkish, you stupid motherfuckers. We never had a black president. Gotcha. Got him. Right? Is that what the fuck y'all say with the skin politics? Yeah, Yeah. Call me conspiracy theorist. Tell me I ain't take my motherfucking pill. Tell me, man, I've been at this shit since I was the age of 14 and I'm 46. How many years is that? And half of you fake niggas that used to roll with me growing up, that know me personally and going against me and fucking blocking me and calling me racist and shit like that, I used to talk about this with you and you used to agree. You used to love Trump because Trump used to hold fucking fights and wrestling and all that. And now it's like, because he's our president, just like the rest of these Snoop Doggy Dogg fake ass motherfuckers that are totally irrelevant in our lives, totally were. The fuck out of here, son. If anything, I can't listen and respect T.I., but you know why? Because you're the same hypocrites who got your daughters nicely safe and hidden in millions of dollars of fucking bunker houses within your fucking, your mansions and shit like that, and send them to private schools or homeschoolings, but won't throw them in with the same fucking daughters that you guys used to fuck and run trains on and corrupt. You know, the normals, our kids, right? But your kids are nice and safe. Fuck all y'all. You niggas are motherfucking totally motherfucking programmed, bro. You want to call people that talk against you and know what the fuck you're doing, Uncle Tom. And by the way, Uncle Tom was a hero. Read the book. Coons and shit like that. But yet you're the sellouts because your agendas that trickle down from the entertainment news industry all the way down to the music industry, to the movie industry. Y'all got to follow protocol. And the news is the proof in the pudding because the same shit that MSNBC says, they got one word that they got to go by and they'll repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. You know what I mean? Okay, OBZ. I'm saying go home. You're stating that the arrest only happened because the unrest happened. Okay, you're still proving my point. You're still out there screaming no justice, no peace, but they arrested the dude. So what else is there to fucking do? Continue to destroy shit and scream the same thing? When they already fucking arrested them and they continue to arrest them. So if you're saying that none of this would have happened without the arrest, the proof it was already proven. The people already proved it. Now go home. Stay safe yourself. Write it out. Write it out. Because, like I said, and if you just joined, that scumbag of a fucking officer used to work with Mr. Floyd in a nightclub. Now, I'm not saying that he had a reason to do that. No, there is no reason whatsoever. But the reason why he did it, and if you guys really want to know exactly why he did it, then go home, stick around, and let the case unfold. Let the fucking case unfold. It doesn't. Because there are a lot of things here, a lot of things that are going to unfold, and you gotta understand that. You have to understand that. You can't. No doubt, stay safe, Jameson. No doubt. You can't just continue to be out there, and I can understand the people that are screaming that, and I can understand the anger, but the actions of looting and rioting, that's not protesting. That's being a fucking criminal. The fuck is taking home VCRs and no, excuse me, look where I'm living. Fucking DVD players and all this shit and entertainment. And clothes. What does that have to do with that? Then burning out fucking your own habitat up, your own neighborhood, your own shopping centers. Putting your city in more debt. Because the economy's down because the Dems did this. So regardless of the fact that if none of this would have happened, the proof was, it was already proven. The point was proven already. Enough already. Enough of the destruction. Enough. Just go home now. Because now you got George Soros in there with Black Lives Matter, Antifa, doing crazy shit now that has nothing to do with a peaceful protest. Yeah, I said VCRs. Yeah. I'm pretty old. So, like I said, it was proven already. Go home. Stay safe now. Go to your family. Write to these leaders. And let these leaders fucking know. Lift this fucking ban. Because half the country's already fucking out there. Everybody's walking around, shopping in centers and shit. Everybody's wearing masks when they're around each other, but they still... Why they got you locked down? Because they want you to stay home frustrated, even snapping on your own fucking wife and your kids or whatever the fuck, getting fucking stressed out, losing your fucking job, on the verge of fucking being thrown out in the street. This is what they want. So that way you can get that angst and go to the voting and vote against Trump. And they tried to do it to this state, to the Republican states and the Republican voters and shit. But we know what's going on. We know that everything had this happened. See, these guys aren't smart. Had this happened, but not the rest of the dossier and the all the shit that they were really doing, but try to put it on Trump before they got found out. Come on, son. There's too many traces and too many footsteps to their fuck up leading up to this, knowing that this is fabricated and they fucking used someone like they used many people in these mass shootings to fucking pass their agenda. Trump, Orange Man, and his voters are bad. When in reality, if you look at what the fuck they stand for, like I pointed out, and what the fuck we stand, because I fuck that, and I'm going to continue to vote for Trump. Why is it that most of us are living and we're good and we're still seeing money and we're breathing, and we're not sick and we're good? Meanwhile, the rest of the country, all the Democratic voters, everybody, they got y'all living in fear, bro, from hornets to fucking Oh my God, bro, what's next? Bro, what's next for you guys, not for us? Now, let me show you something that happened the day after in the same state.
This is pretty dope. I like it. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. Come on, man. I'll say that for you. Fuck it. Let me just show you. Now, the reason why I showed you this was not to glamorize or even try to put that racist motherfucker who choked out Mr. Floyd in a brighter light. No. You see, that was an African American officer too. There's a problem. There's a problem. There's a problem with certain police, not all, certain police not following protocol. See, if you're going to yell at the young man like that, that's not how you hold nobody, regardless of the fact if you don't like him, if he was a gangbanger, it don't matter. You don't hold nobody like that and talk to them like this, knowing that you're not upholding the law at that situation. You see? So now, how come this didn't get any burn the day after by African Americans? Why? You know why? I'll tell you why. And I'm not scared. You can call me a racist if you want, but if you're an African American and you know that you're on the right side, what I'm about to say, you're probably going to say, God damn, son, you're right. But I don't want no praise for it because of that stay on code shit. So let me guess, because he was a black officer, we can't say nothing about it. We got to stay on code. Fuck you. Fuck you completely. You know why? Because he was harassing another young African American. He was choking the life out of him. Had nobody been there, he probably, had no cameras been there, he probably would have killed the young man. And he choked him to an unconscious state. Was holding him up. That's why the kid was rubbing his eyes. Go read the article, man. This is disgusting. So it's happening with police officers who are of all races. So what I'm saying here is, because you see a white cop choking out a black man, Why must you take it to that platform? Because George Soros told you to. Because he right away hired crisis actors, because there's an agency for crisis actors that pay motherfuckers, and he put the Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and now the Muslim Brotherhood out there. He put them out there to make it a fucking fabricated civil war. This is what's going on, bro. This is what's going on. How come that wasn't reported? Because of that stay on code bullshit. That's just like what I mean by stay on code when they use that stupid term. Stay on code is this. Let's just say your brother snuffed your friend. Now you know your brother's wrong and your brother's bullying your friend. Now when your friend reacts to go fucking your brother up, you want to get in your friend's face and tell him, yo, chill. I know what he did, but that's my brother. Get the fuck out of here. My brother did that to my friend, and I know that my brother started that shit. I'm gonna be like, yo, it's gonna be a fair one between you two. That's it. I'm not gonna get chill. Yo, my friend, that's my brother. I'm not letting you fight regardless what he did. Nah, nigga. Right away, I'm gonna wind up punching you in your fucking face too. What's up, real Jimmy Mack? What's going on, brother? All this shit, and I don't care what race you come from. Staying on code is being ignorant. It's turning your face, bro. And being double-standard. So if you're on that on-code shit, you cannot call anybody shit out unless you're going to call what you're staying on code on with. Bottom line, I'm tired of the hypocrisy. I'm tired of being called a fucking racist because I'm fucking right. Once you throw supremacy at the end of any color race, you're a racist, bro. White supremacy, black supremacy, Puerto Rican supremacy, or Spaniard supremacy, Hungarian supremacy, whatever. You think you're racist, but no. And I'm gonna say this right now. There may be races that are richer than other races, but there are not races that are better than other races, kid. There is no race that's better than another race. I don't give a fuck who you are. No doubt. Yeah, it's getting hectic out there. See, if there was a peaceful protest, and you could blame George Soros and the fucking rioters. How does riot and looting consist of a protest? Because if you can dress it up and cake it up and put protest at the end of it, it's still a violent protest. So if the word violence is incorporated with that shit, what do you think is going to happen? Once again, look at the logic. Looting, rioting, burning shit down, being arsons and shit. Arsonists and fucking endangering the welfare of children within the neighborhood with all this. Come on, man. That's not part of the protest. Those are opportunists and stupid motherfuckers who just want to take the opportunity to gain shit that they don't want to work for or can't afford. That's what this whole shit is. It's ridiculous, bro. And these are the same motherfuckers that'll call you racist, that'll call you this, and talk to you like if they got facts. But meanwhile, these motherfuckers are taking the death of a man who they're supposed to be standing up for because he's in the same race. Come on, man. And if it's not the same race, different race of a person that's looting as well, you're supposed to be standing up for your fellow brother as well. But what you're doing is you're looting, destroying property for what, bro? That shit is ridiculous. It's crazy, son. So now that the National Guards and the Army might be called in to bring in the calm and shit, you notice it's not the Democrats calling in the peace and to calm shit down. It's the Republicans. The Democrats are just out there. Oh well, this is Trump's presidency. No, y'all are doing this. So even if he is out of office and your stupid motherfuckers voted that can't even remember his fucking name into the seat, understand that when the country falls apart and you find yourself on welfare living somewhere where you didn't want to fucking live or surrounded by fucking people that you tried to move away from, which are destructive, hey, that's what you wanted. But Orange Man is bad because the media and all these motherfuckers told you so. Because Obama, who ain't do shit but infiltrate the country with other fucking terrorists, you know what I'm saying? and trying to state claims of bringing up fucking the economy when he really, really flunked it down and made a lot of people homeless. Get the fuck out of here, bro. The homeless people and all of this shit came from that cycle. And whether you want to look at it as it not being political, this too is political. Know what I'm saying? If you're gonna call somebody a conspiracy theorist, and that means that you know about it, so that means that you should already know now that the people you're calling conspiracy theorists are telling the fucking truth because it's coming to fruition. How many more things these Democrats are going to stage in order to get you to stay home in fear so you can vote electronically? This is what this is all for, so they can manipulate the numbers to get Joe Biden to represent them. Come on, man. Come on. That's the end game, SSB, to get us to stay home in fear, vote electronically so they can manipulate the numbers. This is what they tried to do in the last, and they couldn't, and they got found out, and then they try to say, oh, no, it was Trump that did that. And now come to find out Trump was being spied on, all of this, doing illegal shit under the Obama administration. Is what I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all voted for Obama. They telling y'all that he was the black president, the first black. He's Turkish, bro. Come on, bro. Stop it, man. This was manufactured. This has been playing into play for a long time. He was groomed for that shit, to do that disruption. People didn't like George Bush, none of them, because they were drug dealers, fucking oil fucking tycoons using wars to get their fucking riches and help their buddies get rich, right? But then now, do you see any of this going? No, it's not. Now we produce our own oils. Now we don't need it. So I'm saying, man, if y'all against Trump, y'all got the wrong mindset. Stop listening to these motherfuckers, bro. And if you're gonna listen to any news, then listen to Fox, bro. And I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, but these news agencies put us up against each other, and that's what they do. Bad cop, good cop. No. Because Fox isn't going to tell you about the dossier at the time for you to follow a QAnon, which is deep state propaganda revealers that show you. I'm saying the research I do is so deep. That's why nobody can stand on this platform right here and tell me any fucking thing. Because what I'm telling you right now is exactly what it is. And the reason why they can't assassinate him, these Dems can't assassinate Trump because Trump has 3 fucking layers of protection, son. They're trying to bring in the NWO, not Trump. Trump is trying to leave the shit the American way. These guys want to do all of this shit, bro. Why do you see the reason why they got rid of Gaddafi? Because he was making his own money, right? And they didn't want to be down with any of that. And the other fucking leaders under Obama's administration, son, because they were already starting to put shit into place as the New World Order, where they wanted things. This is the way it was going to rock. This is the way it was going to roll. You know what I'm saying? We get these leaders that are going up against us. We get them out of fucking office. And here we are. No. And they can continue with their agenda. No. This is why Hillary Clinton was going to continue with the Obama-nomics, kid, which is really corruption. And because Trump asked the prime minister in Turkey if he was going to, investigate corruption in his country, they try to say that had he said no, he was going to hold the aid from them. But they didn't understand and do their research to set that up, that the aid was not even offered at the time. It was way after. So this Turkish president that said, I didn't collude with this man didn't tell me to do anything. You wanted proof, you got it, and you're going to continue to run with it. This is what I'm saying, man. A lot of you guys don't know what's going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys don't know what's going on, and Trump ain't do a fucking thing, son. Hey, go sit down. Trump ain't do a fucking thing but trying to make America great again. And what he means by that is not the way these motherfuckers are trying to do it. Leaving the American way, the way it is, the American dream. Oh, I want to make millions of dollars and do this. Okay, you're able to do that. Open up your own business. Do this, do that. Help out foundations. Help out. You know what I'm saying? These guys want to say, oh, he's just trying to say only help white people. Like, get the fuck out of here. This guy has given more money towards black foundations than Obama. Obama gave what? I think it was like 30 million. This guy is given to the trillions already, bro, the billions to black organizations, bro. This is why a lot of black leaders now are going with Trump and people in the hood, in the fucking hood, with that Democrat mentality, the way they wanted you to fucking look and dress and talk and be on welfare and have your kids and not have you in the home and have you paying child support for the rest of your fucking life. Yeah, that's the Democratic state, bro. Got people like Candace Owens out there taking care of her race, opening up her race eyes. Women, you call yourself queens and strong black women, but you're on welfare. No, go work. Go work. Know what I'm saying? Right now, if people are saying that presidents are puppets, right now, you should be taking a good look at what you're saying. Backtrack. Take a look at how Trump got into office and all of this hate. Even calling for the murder of his daughter. Of his daughter, his young son Barron. The media attacking his family. Really? He's a puppet? He's really done? No, man. No. I don't want to hear that. I'm sorry. It's not the same story here with Trump, bro. It's not, because had it been, you would have seen Trump giving leverage to what the fuck these Democrats want, like full-term abortion. It could keep going on and on. Not disarming other fucking terrorist state countries from nuclear arms. Like, come the fuck on, bro. Not trying to make peace with other fucking nuclear fucking enriched countries. But the Democrats, we're supposed to hate Russia. But the president reaches out for a peace treaty so we can live in harmony and try to work and try to make society and life better and be innovative and stuff like that. What happens? He gets called a fucking, he's Putin's pirate. Because they couldn't do it. The first president to ever cross that Korean fucking border, son. And these motherfuckers are mad because they couldn't do it because they were too busy thinking of their pockets. But now Trump leaves a legacy. He didn't have to think of his pockets. This is why it was brilliant for him to run. He got money already. There's no other reason for him to fucking run as president except for fix the future for his grandson, our grandchildren, our children. It's what he's really, really about. And you guys aren't looking at that. Obama, exactly. Speak your mind, no doubt. Obama was the fucking puppet. Fuck he's doing giving $4.1 billion to Iran. And it's funny how Iran was up there for a minute, bro. Wow, in cash and pallets, dog. But then after that, when we had the goal to ask, what was that for? Oh, it was old money back then. Damn, so America's really in debt? No. Come to find out, the president looked at the numbers, a businessman who knows numbers, and said, these motherfuckers owe us billions. So what does China do? They ask the Democrats, you guys want power? We got an idea. Because of Wuhan flu. And the reason why they don't want to name it that and call you racist, just like, and I found out the Spanish flu, every fucking flu came from over there. But we can't call it where it originated from, the Wuhan flu. You want us to believe that the Spanish flu started in Spain and Latin America, but we call that the Spanish flu. You let it stand. You don't want to call that stereotypical. But now when we go and we look at and call it the Wuhan flu, the Chinese virus, because it came from China, it's racist now? Of course they're going to put a doorstop in front of that in order to throw any obstacle in front in order for you not to call it what it really was, because it really did originate from there. And you guys want to come and blame us for letting it go and not say that Trump didn't act fast enough when he was the first motherfucker that said, I'm closing the country. And when that's a mistake. No, don't close the country. Yeah, close the country. And he closed it. That's why the Republican states were good. Nothing has spiked, but the Democrats are in cahoots with the medical industry as well, spiking these fucking numbers with deaths of natural causes, diabetes, heart attacks to coronavirus. Just to run their numbers, just like they fucking hire mercenaries to fucking kill massive people in shootings, just so they could tell us, Americans don't deserve guns. We're not responsible enough, but they can be around guys that have guns. They can have guns in their house. Yeah, they can do, but we can't. The fuck are these Democrats? That's the Democratic state for you. Meanwhile, the Republicans are like, you can't take guns away from the fucking people. Are you stupid? Trump is saying we can have people stay inside. We can have people not work. And Trump is the bad guy. Listen, if you don't agree with me, stop being my friend, unsubscribe. If you think that Orange Man is bad and I'm fucking racist, bro, nice knowing you, peace. But I'm living comfortably. I'm good. Everybody I know that's around me, we in positive vibes because we know. You know what I'm saying? The president and his cabinet laid down and it was the Republican leaders' fucking responsibility to keep us inside if it was dangerous. They went through the real numbers. And what happened? We're out here now. We're out here now. We're fucking out here now. And the Democrats kick themselves in the ass. You know why? You know why they don't want to open their states either? Because not only because of the voting keep you in there in fear, because if they open up, the economy is going to spike 3, 4, 5 times even stronger. Remember, you lose a lot of jobs. You lose a lot of jobs, but then when the economy opens up and right, America's opens up again, what happened? What happens? People get overtime. There are other jobs opening that need more positions. So now people got 2, 3 fucking jobs. Fuck out of here. The worst, bro. The worst thing they ever did was make us stay home. Try to tell the president, the people got to stay home. You got to tell them, oh my God. And he's like, you know what? Okay, fine. So we stood home. A lot of things are being exposed, man. Everybody's exposing themselves. People that are fake are being exposed. Situations that were hidden in the dark are coming to light. I mean, there's a reason for this. You just got to calm the fuck down, not pay attention to what Satan and Soros are doing, and pay attention to what Trump is saying and what the voters are saying, and people that are living their normal lives and calling shit the way you're seeing it. Like if you're like, yo, that's some racist shit, but there's no need to burn down stores. There's no, you know what I'm saying? There is the law. You got to let it play out. And now that it's played out, more details are coming out. Like, that racist ass cop, or however you want to label him, I label him a fucking monstrous, murdering, low-life piece of shit that never should have been born but swallowed and excreted. This motherfucker used to work with Mr. Floyd, bro, in a nightclub. Something's going on there as well. That motherfucker had a motive, and I want to know his motive. I want to know why he did that. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, 40 mil is not a joke. But like I said, this is why they want to keep their shit suppressed. And the Republicans are like, we're going to open the economy. So people that are working 2 or 3 jobs are going to be actual Republican voters and conservatives. And now, what is the minority who decided to go with the Dems bullshit going to say? When they got no money, they're out in the street. They got to, depend on welfare. But meanwhile, these motherfuckers ain't trying to take no tax breaks. But here comes Trump giving y'all an extra check because he knows that these motherfuckers, it's not your fault, but he's the bad guy. That's what I'm saying, man. A lot of y'all got your head up each other's asses with this bullshit and listening to celebrities. Listen, LeBron James, you're a basketball player, right? Do that. Just fucking do that. Colin Kaepernick, you can't play football. You're fucking totally irrelevant. You showed us your fucking colors. Where the fuck were you? Where were you guys when minorities were getting killed under Obama's police state? You were nowhere. Nowhere. Where was the kneeling then? All you guys are puppets. All you guys, if you're with the industry and you're talking out on this and trying to give it a racial narrative without letting it play out, you're fucking down with the program, the Soros program, the fear-mongering, the warmonger. That's what you're down with. I don't give a fuck about your motherfucking input on politics. All you actors as well, Robert De Niro, just fucking act. Do your job. Fuck your political view because you're poison. You have a large following and a lot of people look up to y'all and whatever you say, they're going to follow. This is how they use you as a tool. This is why y'all got to get fucked in your ass, take blood oaths and do all that shit and be down with Illuminati because this is what they do. You get a massive following to follow more evil. Fuck you. I know what's going on, bro. And those that think that I'm crazy, hey, fuck you too. Fuck you too. Because you're being ignorant without doing your fucking research and knowing that there are cabals and all of this shit going on, son. You know what I'm saying? Child trafficking, all that is linked up to these motherfuckers, bro, which is political. Look at that. Also, and let me tell you something else. All right, JD, no doubt, brother. Catch the playback gang, no doubt. And check this out. What was fucked up even more is that not only did this cop have all these problems before and was involved with all this stuff, that lady, if you ran into that lady that was in the wheelchair, the white lady that supposedly got beat up by the African American, come to find out she's a crisis actor. She was in the last Las Vegas fucking crisis as well, smiling and shit. And you're going to tell me it's a conspiracy theory? You're going to tell me that there's no such thing as a crisis actors acting agency, without you doing your research? At least do the research, right? Click up with the same minds and shit, and then tell me. But don't be straight to tell me, because I'll be on here flaming your ass with facts, kid. And then what you going to say? The only thing that you can allude to, which is calling me a racist. Exactly, OBZ. I'm not trying to lead you astray. Trump ain't paying me to be like, y'all got to be on Trump's side. No, man, I'm your boy, son. I come on here. I've been doing this shit way before Trump. I've been doing this shit way before. And whenever shit started getting out of hand, I've been warning y'all. The left is bugging, son. And to this day, I'm still here telling y'all they're bugging the fuck out. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get y'all to fucking... They're fucking with your minds and your emotions so you can vote for them, so you can get... Joe Biden don't even know where the fuck he is, dog. And he's capable of run. This is why they came up with the narrative once Joe Biden's name was put into it. Oh, President Trump is looking frail. He's looking sick. What? I mean, you got to be a real stupid motherfucker if you haven't actually been using your eyes, bro, and your common sense and be like, really, bro? Really? But yeah, this nigga has been since fucking November on the road, son, giving speeches and rallies, dog. And then they try to lie to us about, oh, there's only 500 people at the rallies. But then when you go and you check the rallies, bro, there's tens of thousands of fucking people there, bro. It's a game. Our life is a game to these fucking Democrats. And it is the Republicans who was made by a black party back in the days when they bought up. Yeah, the Democrats were made by KKK. Yeah, exactly. And you're calling us a coon? All you fucking skin politic playing ass niggas? You calling me a fucking coon? You calling me a fucking spick? You call wetback, whatever, all my other people. You calling us that? But yeah, you're listening to Master. You're out there calling other motherfucking slave traders that give other people opportunity and pay you more than what the fuck you're getting paid. Your life is not in shambles because you knew that they're lying to you. You moved out of your fucking hood. You're doing much better, but motherfuckers that don't like to do better in our program are the ones that called you sellouts and Uncle Toms and coons and shit and has-beens and sellouts, but yet they're stuck with all types of fucking problems. They had children. Their children's doing the same thing they did, and they're going through the turmoil as they put their parents out. The fuck out of here. None of y'all can talk to me. None of y'all can tell me shit. Because you can be woke, but I am awakened, dog. That woke shit is with the Democrats. That's what Beyonce, Jay-Z, and the rest of these fucking Snoop Dogs and fucking fake ass puppets, these dictators, these shit eaters have fucking told you to fucking follow. But people like me that are normal, that are saying, you know what? Fuck this shit, bro. You stupid. I see what you're doing. Trying to get these fucking I'm gonna say it again, bro. What kind of normal shit is that? You got transvestites and you got trannies going into our fucking young kids' schools, reading them fucking storybooks and shit like that. That's crazy. This is not only happening in America, in other countries too. It's called the Rothschilds, bro, the bankers. And Trump is not part of that. Know the difference. The Patriots who fought against these motherfuckers a while back, they still are here. Why is every retired general, every retired veteran backing us up? my father was alive, he'd be like, Trump is the fucking president. I just broke down how JFK was trying to be great, but his whole presidency was mob led. The mob ran the fucking government back then, son. And the government had enough and said, you know what? You're not stronger than us. And this is why they broke it all down. And it gets even deeper than that, because as much as Ass Banger sounds like a fucking idiot, I have to agree with him. This is deeper than you think, bro. It has to do with Satan and the war in fucking in the heavens being kicked down here. This is why you got to look at that book. Do you know what I'm saying? He said, "Do not make any government." What's the first thing Lucifer did when he came down here? Exactly. So now that he has, God sent kings to defeat those governments. What's up, kiddo? What's up, pops? Come on, nephew's here. You know what I mean? We gotta come here, pops. Say hi to everybody. Oh yeah, come here. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi. See, this right here is our future. Yeah, you see it? It's only 1.5. And my man right here, intelligent. And this is what we got to protect. We can't be on some shit where, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're going to go and teach these kids that looting, robbing, and stealing is, you know, and breaking in and is the way to go. No, you explain to them something was done. It's under a racial term and blah, blah, blah. You don't go and send your kids out there or let them go out there. You get your tablet. It's right there. There you go. You know, and you send your kids out there. There you go. See you later. No. Oh, it should be under there somewhere. You know, and go and try to, you know, mislead your kids to go do stupid shit like that. You're supposed to teach them. And it's fucked up on how a lot of females in my generation, they went and did irresponsible shit, but like to blame other fucking people that lay down with them and do, you know what I'm saying? But they don't sit down and teach. But they want to come and they want to. No, man. I mean, you can't put any of your nephews, nieces under the bags. Nephew, nieces, you can't do any of that. You've got to make sure that they're safe. You got to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, they're not, they're not going to be under any type of dangers, as to them trying to protest the right way. If you're going to teach them how to do that, you tell them it's got to be peaceful. You've got to, you know what I mean? You can't go breaking windows and breaking stuff and wind up getting arrested. And, you just can't do that. And this is what I really wanted to say. This is what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to open the link. If anybody wants to come on and talk about this, you're more than welcome to. I'm open for it. You know what I mean? If you agree with me, then we can do it. I got you. Just if you're coming up here to troll, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna get eaten alive. Okay, so there's a stream. I opened it up so whoever wants to get on and whoever wants to speak their mind, if you want to add on to it, if then just get on. You're more than welcome to. If you think that I'm doing enough and don't want to get on, it's all good. I understand. But it's just to the point, man, that it's really to a point that it's disgusting. All right, we got the Red Glove Militant on with us. What's going on, brother?
Hey, my bad. What up?
Chilling, brother. Chilling, man. I woke up this morning and I go on Facebook and I just put up how I feel and telling the truth that that the states that are in turmoil are all Democrat, and I have friends with Democrats and right away want to call me racist and all this shit. So I'm letting everybody have it, and give me your perspective on this, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe it's political driven, but I'm trying to stay away from that part on it, just because like there's something to be said about just like people need to understand a man lost his life. It was a senseless act of violence. Like, the man was handcuffed. They should have put him in the police car, took him to the station, and then put him through his due process. And he was not only denied that, but his life was taken. So as for that police officer and all the police officers who were there who didn't do nothing about it, they all deserve to be charged with murder. Him, I think he needs to be charged with second degree, possibly first degree murder if they can, with like given the information you were talking about that that he knew him, if they could prove that there was something premeditated there, then first degree murder. The other officers, they need to be charged with third degree murder at the very least. As far as like what people are, the rioting and all that, it's not solving anything. You're not getting anything accomplished by rioting and looting. And I think you're right, Jay. People are just taking advantage of the situation, taking shit that don't belong to them that they know they can't afford. So they're just like, oh, I'm angry, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that as well. Now, this man is dead, but you're walking around with a gold chain, you know, talking about you took it in the name of justice, and that's bullshit. One other thing I want to say is people like you're not the only one who got called racist. I got racist. I got called racist yesterday too, just because I said it's not. Somebody was saying that the police are terrorists, and I don't agree with that. I will say this: I understand why people would be leery of the police when things like this happen, because the reality is these men and women, they are given a lot of authority, and unfortunately, some of them abuse it. So, and I understand, being leery because it could be life or death. At the end of the day, the all of them carry guns and um, they have authority to do things that you don't. So I definitely understand people having a certain, being cautious when it comes to coming across police officers. That being said, that does not mean all police officers are racist. That does not mean that all police officers are evil. Doesn't mean that they're all bad. What it means is you need to do your best to keep your nose clean. And if you find yourself in a situation with a crooked cop, all you can do is do what you can to make sure that you live through the interaction. That's all you can do. It's very unfortunate. And like I said, I understand why people would be very cautious dealing with the police, but you can't just say they're all racist, they're all terrorists. My uncle was a police officer, and he was African American. He served as a police officer for 20 years, and he died in a scuba diving accident a couple years ago. But that man, he contributed to the community, you know. And now my cousin, who is half Mexican, half African American, his daughter, she's applying to become a police officer now. So you can't tell me that they're all racist and they're all terrorists. We need to keep in mind everybody's an individual. Nobody's born with a blue suit and a badge. It's not something that's just inherent. So I know I went on for a little bit, but that's what I gotta
Nah,
say. And don't
nah,
y'all
nah,
ever
brother.
call me a racist because of this shit. Like
Well,
when
nah, nah.
when that dude called me a racist, I told him, don't you ever, and I'm saying it right now, punk ass H Money, don't you ever say that shit about me ever again, because I will fuck you up. I ain't playing.
Mm.
I ain't never been racist a day in my goddamn life. So don't you ever try to put that jacket on me, because I will fuck you up, and I ain't playing.
Word up. It's just like calling somebody who's not a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? These jackets, like you say, are not to be worn by fucking honest men like ourselves. And it is what it is, man. Scumbags would be scumbags. He's probably the type that would be looting and fucking rioting as well. You know what I'm saying? He'd be that stupid motherfucker too. But I want to welcome as well Hybrid 95. Hybrid, man, tell us how you feel about this, brother. Thank you. By the way, Red Glove, man, stay with us if you can. I appreciate your input on this, and you're 1,000,000% correct, bro. I stand with you. What's up, Hybrid?
Yeah, no, that was really good though, Red Glove. That gave me chills, man. I was like, you had my full front attention there. That was really good. But yeah, I kind of side with Red Glove, man. I don't like it's not a pretty sight to see someone go out like that, especially when the guy was saying over and over that he couldn't breathe. But thankfully justice is being served. I do believe this guy's getting charged with third-degree murder. So hopefully the rioting and looting can die down a little bit. Me personally, I'm not too shocked by all this. Okay, me and my brother have been talking about this for the longest time, and I've been calling for something like this. I've been saying for a long time that there is going to be some little faction. There's going to be a little, whether it's Antifa, whether it's BLM, or any kind of little factions like this that kind of get pushed to the side or whatever. They're going to come out, man, and cause mayhem like this. And I'm not saying like it's right or anything, right? I'm just saying that history, you go and look at the things that are going on in Palestine, right? For the Palestinians who want their land back, they're willing to go through desperate measures, okay, to acquire these things. That's why you see the uprise of groups like Hamas. Like things like that didn't just happen out of thin air, okay? It's like resistance that's being met. And listen, if it's not handled, if it's not contained the correct way, if you don't put the flames out right away, okay, it can spread like wildfire. And that's what I'm concerned about, is this the average American who's just trying to provide for their families. They shouldn't get caught up in the whirlwind of all this. That's pretty much all I got to say about it. But
no doubt, man. And this is why I'm telling people to let it play out. Look, it's coming to fruition that these guys used to work together in a nightclub. The officer and Mr. Floyd. You know what I'm saying? They work together in the fucking nightclub. So this is why I'm saying, like, the other states, I understand how you feel. I understand how you're making things. But you gotta understand, man. You gotta let this play out, because there's more. I'm not saying that him being working with him or whatever gave him the right to kill him. No, I'm not saying that at all. But if we really want to know the guy's intentions, we should let this play out. Let the investigators do their investigating. You know what I mean? And just let it play out. That's it. Let it play out, because if you really want to know why he did it, it's gonna come out. I mean, look, he's come to find out he used to work with him as a bouncer in a nightclub. So something happened there, and I don't care what it was. No man deserves this shit to happen to him. But if that officer and that gentleman that was killed worked together in a nightclub, oh my goodness! Like what do you guys think about that?
What, the whole thing with them, him working with them in the nightclub?
Yeah, because it's coming out and shit.
I mean, I feel the same way you do. Like, the investigation needs to be done to see if that plays a part in this. This is the way I see it. If it does play a part in it, the only way I could say, and I could be wrong about this because I'm not a professional investigator or anything like that. But the way I see it is, if it does change anything, it would be changing the third degree, which I disagree with. It should be at least second degree at this point. But I can only see it leading to it, the investigation bringing it to a first degree murder, because or at least a second degree murder, because I just don't. There was no reason for him to kill him. There was no reason for him to keep his knee on his neck, closing his windpipe. It was like this police officer is a piece of shit. I want to make that very clear. He's a piece of shit. And if it was up to me, he'd be getting charged with at least second degree murder right now.
Hell yeah.
Right? I don't think third degree is good enough. I will say that. But the reality is that's what he's being charged with right now. We need to see where this goes. And looting and rioting is not going to help the investigation. I'm letting y'all know that right now. All it's going to do is going to cause a lot of y'all to get arrested, and you might put yourself in a very similar situation to George Floyd unnecessarily. So why doesn't everybody just calm their asses down and let this shit play out? And if it doesn't go the right way, doesn't mean that you riot, but you try to get something done about it. You try to bring it to the Supreme Court. You try to bring it to wherever you can to make sure that justice is served. But stealing PlayStations and chains and shit, that ain't gonna help out nobody. except for yourselves, and that's just me being real.
You know, I used to be like in a place where I kind of like went real hard on these people that are protesting, but in a sense, you almost have to feel bad for them, man, because I this is something I feel strongly about because you know my mom's black. You know, obviously black issues are something that I do take very serious, and but at the same time, I'm not out there. Like I'm not out there putting myself in danger, putting anyone else in danger, and it's like you almost gotta have to sympathize for someone who allows the media, allows like all these people, man, just to drive them to that point because like I said, dude, this could turn into something serious. Like I'm not trying to be a overly dramatic or anything, but look at what's going on in Palestine, guys. Look what's going on with terrorist groups like Hamas. Okay, like this was like the roots. I mean, it's very similar, man, to just how all this stuff is being rooted about and whatnot.
Yeah, it's absolutely correct, gentlemen. Oreo, sit down, buddy. So you know, look, all use everyone here. We're all kicking facts. This is all connected. People don't want to look at this as a political thing, but it is because the Democrats are using it. How do you know? You go to every news channel, they're blaming Trump for this. Meanwhile, none of these motherfuckers, even Colin Kaepernick, all right, were there when and these are facts. You know, these are facts, bro. How many minority men and women got killed under Obama's police state, bro? And it was all racial. Remember all the riots and stuff under Obama's police state? Now, come on. Let's be honest here. Now Trump had not one except for this one. Why? It's funny how this timing is. They've been trying it since the beginning of his fucking term, all the way now to the voting part of it. Now it's getting even worse now as we get closer to November. Think about it. We had the Russian collusion debunked, everything else debunked, hookers, him getting pissed on by hookers debunked, everything. They try to run this dude's name under the dirt, bro, just because he fucking won. And then they called us deplorables, Walmart shoppers, all of this bullshit. Bringing destruction, the Democrats, that is, and these fucking crazy ass hack liberals. So now you got to sit back and think, damn, this is a big coup going up against the voters, the Constitution of the United States of America, and the president himself. So when people say, oh, they're all playing the same game, this president is taking more abuse and criticism, false criticism, staged criticism by the fucking media and the industrial fucking industry, the entertainment industry, the news, all of them. They all worked in cahoots. Papers have all these newscasters, all the ones that speak against it, that when you look at them, you're like, dude, what are you talking about? The president didn't even say that. What are you talking about? It's you guys that are doing this. Everybody has been catching themselves lately saying this. They're being debunked, bro. This is a natural thing that's going to happen. These guys are going up against the inevitable. And what's going to happen here is they're going to try to start all of this disorder. Remember, this is what these Illuminati motherfuckers want. They want to cause order out of chaos. And this is what they're doing. So when they cause this order out of chaos, it's like you look at everything from the racial killings to the mass shootings. It's just too obvious that, damn, under this presidency, they have tried everything, bro. And when you look at the Obama shit and everybody else before him, there were shit like this, but the news media was with the president and knowing that it was that president's fault. 9/11, you look at it, you know it was Bush and these niggas. You know it was. How come you don't see every other president has reached out to every other president to be cool with them? How come none of these presidents are even trying to go near Trump? Because he's against them and he knows what these motherfuckers are about. Pass the ballot to each other, whether Bush was Republican and passing it down, the power down to the Democrat, which was Obama at the time. It really doesn't matter. It's the network. Even Republicans are sellouts, but the ones that are there fighting and legislating and making these laws and blocking everything that these fucking fearmongers are trying to do over there, bro, you got to look at this, you know?
Wait, Jay, did I ever send you that video of Killer Mike? The things that Killer Mike was saying about the Democratic Party?
Yeah.
You
definitely.
talking about the rapper?
Yeah, no. There was this really good video. This Australian guy was going up to him and pretty much telling him like, hey man, why aren't you voting Democrat? Like, you know, you need to vote Democrat, and Killer Mike pretty much said, until the Democrats show me and my people like that they're willing to work with us, you know, that they're willing to fix our communities, until they're willing to show us something, they're not going to get my vote. It's going to take more than the boogeyman, right? Trump. It's going to take more than bringing up the boogeyman to scare me out of voting Democrat. Like, I don't know, man. Killer Mike keeps it real, dude. And it's so crazy how so many people, man, from his community have just thrown him under the bus, man. Like, I see that happen too. Even when Jay-Z partnered with the NFL to further Colin Kaepernick's protest, because one thing he said was that we're past kneeling. You know, the kneeling was a good start. I'm going to take this thing to the next level. I'm going to partner with the NFL and see what we can work on. And then everybody called him a coon for that, right? Everybody called Jay-Z a coon for partnering with the NFL. But truthfully, Jay-Z has a criminal record. Jay-Z's been to prison for peddling dope and all that. Like, he's actually from the streets. Like, Colin Kaepernick was a dude who grew up in a freaking went to private school, grew up in this nice mansion and stuff.
This is exactly what I'm saying. I want to touch that point right there for a second, if I can. Everybody is following Colin Kaepernick or Kaepernick, right? Everybody's, oh yeah, you know, all the African Americans. Oh, power to you, brother. He is using your shtick. Weren't you the same fucking guys that said that you ain't trying to have no half-ass fakery, fuckery shit right within your race? So why is that this privileged motherfucker who grew up privileged from good neighborhoods is trying to represent the hood, your struggle, and he hasn't had not one fiber of our struggle? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me, guys?
I mean, I hear
All right,
you.
what up, Jay? I'd like to welcome Jay Dill and Brian to the panel. What's going on, guys?
And what up, J Dill? I just want to say this real quick, because I'll be quick. I understand, you know, the whole political thing. My thing is this: I'm a people person. I care about people, and that's why it pissed me off when that dude called me racist. But this is what I'm gonna say. All right, people just need to keep it in perspective. Like the political conversation is to be had, but first we need to make sure that people are acting with sense. You don't fight senseless acts of violence with more senseless acts of violence. Okay, and I want to stress, I understand being very cautious when interacting with police officers, because you don't know if they're on the up and up or if they're crooked, and being that they wield a gun and there's no coming back once you get killed, I can understand being very cautious. All right, but you have to understand these people are put in the place of authority with the intent of protecting and serving. Okay, you can't just say every police officer is racist or a terrorist. All right, because there was a woman, and this comes full circle. There was a woman who attended a Black Lives Matter rally. It was cold as hell, and she took her baby, who ended up dying. Okay, guess who was the one trying to resuscitate the baby? It was a police officer, a white police officer. Okay, so who really cared about a Black life mattering in that moment? It was the white police officer. So, like I said, I understand being cautious, but being ignorant is not going to fix anything. Okay, because saying that all people who are police officers are terrorists, you know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like the same racist ass people who say, and I know it's not the same because police officers is not a race, but it still runs by the same principle. You have people who say, oh, all black people are this, or all Hispanic people are that. It's a very similar statement. So you're not much better when you make them statements.
All right.
Yep, that's true. Hold on. What's up, Mala? How you doing? Welcome to the panel.
Oh, good, mate. Good, man.
All right.
Pretty
I
crazy.
say about Jay Dill though. I think Jay Dill should speak next.
Yeah, no doubt. I was gonna say that. Hold on. I'm gonna let you guys go after Jay Dill. We're gonna give it to Brian and then Mala, if you guys don't mind. All right, Jay Dill, the floor's yours, my brother. Go ahead.
All right, since we talking about this matter, I've been racially profiled for years, you know, by white officers a lot. I'm not saying everybody in the police department is racist because I got some police department friends. But even certain people who are retired police tell me how it really is. You got some corrupt cops, you got some good cops. Sometimes, the good cops appear with the corrupt cops. Sometimes it's like the wheat and the tares. My thing is when one or two bad fruits are bad and corrupted, it makes the whole tree look bad. If you make an oath as a unit, if one falls, you all fall. There got to be some accountability. Now, here's the thing, though. I am sick of seeing people always violently getting rageful over a killing when they don't even handle this in their own community. But this ain't about all that. What's it about is when I saw that video for 10 minutes, I cried for that guy. Even a criminal deserves some mercy. And the man was crying out and everything. J. Cotto, if you saw me getting kneed like that in the back of my head, I know you would have done something to push that officer off.
Bro, I'll tell you right now, that officer would have caught the only Tony Jaa Ambak knee, son. And then I would have went for the Chinese officer. I would have fucking straight punched him dead in his jaw. And then I would have disarmed them. And then I would have been like, people, like, this is what they're waiting for. This is what these deep state motherfuckers that you about to get into want to do. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I know you willing to take a butt whooping for me and vice versa. But my point is, I get the cameras showing racism, but where's the people that's gonna do the decent thing and just take one for the team and just push the officer back? Hey, like enough is enough. This is abuse of authority. That could have saved someone's life. Now, here's the point though. The officer smirk and everything like that. That's just a devil-hearted man. And then that Asian officer didn't even care for that man's life. The thing that makes me sick is it was no mercy shown even to a criminal over a fake $50 bill. That's what you do to over some fake money.
Well, I tell you right now. Also, like I was saying earlier, reports came out that they used to work in a fucking nightclub together. Mr. Floyd and that asshole cop.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
I'm dead ass.
Wow. What would you charge that? Would you charge that first degree murder or a second degree murder?
I would have charged that to the fullest degree. The fullest degree, which I think first degree murder is the like football numbers they give you. You actually going to trial type shit, I think 2 is going, is a little lesser, and I think 3 is a less charge as well. But I think that they're going to go more into that. That's what I'm saying. Let it play out. I mean, look, they got the man cuffed. They charged him with something. I'm more than sure more charges are going to come out, like neglect, and you know what I'm saying. I'm telling you, a lot of things are going to come out. But knowing that these two used to work in a nightclub, something is up. There was intentions behind that, what that motherfucker did. Even though it's not right, whatever the fuck it was, the man could have owed him money, and I don't give a fuck. You don't kill them. You don't do that. That was a fucking ridiculous, inhumane fucking act. It's disgusting. And I'm telling you right now, look, even Toby says, Jedi, I've seen that video of the nightclub owner. Exactly. So it's like, yo, for that shit to have gone down like that, and I'm more than sure the guy was trying. That's what I'm saying. Something must have happened. And I think that cop had, I don't know, look, maybe I'm throwing a little conspiracy here. But if it was over, if we're going to look at, it at he got murdered over counterfeit money, then ask yourself this. Were these two in on something where instead of stealing real money, let's just say, it got into some counterfeit shit, and as soon as it was called in, he grabbed that shit because he has such a high rank. He grabbed that call, knew it was him, because remember, nobody has what happened in the beginning to the middle except for that part, and more videos are surfacing, right? So let's just say he tried to silence him by doing that. I don't know. We don't know. I'm just throwing that there because it's funny how this motherfucker used to work with Mr. Floyd. That's crazy.
Yeah,
and one thing
it does
that
sound
I can
suspicious.
One more thing. I don't mean to cut you off, but
no worries, bud.
I'm getting sick of these people just having their cameras out like this is World Star and not do nothing. I mean, back in my day, if you saw injustice, you get in there when it gets out of hand. So, somebody got to be a peacemaker, and I think the other officers need to get charged for conspiring.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
One thing that I want to mention too, because Jay, you're friends with me on Facebook. You know I used to wrestle in high school. I've competed Brazilian jiu-jitsu and all that. And one thing that I can say, okay, just from the experience of competing in martial arts, is that your neck, okay, the neck is one of the most vulnerable targets on a person's body. Okay, I've had many people tell me that, oh, you can try to put me in a chokehold, I'll gouge your eyes out. And like one thing that Boss Rutan said, man, like I wish you would, because like the moment you try, I'm gonna break your neck. Like that feeling, bro, of someone strangling you, it's one of the most vulnerable, it's one of the most scariest. Like, and listen, dude, for anyone that's saying that was unintentional, the guy had his knee on the guy's neck, distributing his body weight.
He had it on his jugular, bro, cutting off his circulation, everything. Take a look at it. Remember, he was facing right. So your jugular's on what side of your neck, guys? Come on,
The left, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he had his knee pinned on his right side with the jugular as a flat surface on that surface, bro. And he had all his weight he put his hands in his pocket, making it look like it was casual, but he was pushing down on his knee and with his hands on the pocket. And then you could see his right leg. His fucking right leg was unbalanced because he had all his weight on that knee, that motherfucker. Why would you have your hand in your pocket? Because you're pushing down as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was murder. Mala, get up on it, baby.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? Yep.
Just chilling, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Good. I was yesterday. I stumbled across. I understand people are angry, but sometimes I feel like people are selective with their anger. I was googling about those 4 cops to see if they'd been charged in this issue, and I come across another case. Now, this case went under the radar. It was in Maryland about 2 months ago, and this is a black cop. They got a call that a driver had hit multiple cars and was intoxicated, right? They arrest this guy. He was an African American. He was in the police car with handcuffs on, and a black cop who was sitting next to him pulled out his gun and shot him 7 times, killing him. He's been charged with second-degree murder. And this got kept off the TV. You know what I mean? The media did not make anything out of this. No one made anything out of it. And I think people keep saying, like, this cop thing, it's a white-black thing. But if you look at Freddie Gray, a lot of the cops who were involved, who were charged with murder and that, were black. If you look at this latest incident, one of the cops, at least one of the cops, was Asian. This problem goes beyond black and white. You've got the police in America. The problem is they are a paramilitary unit, and they've been given too low a threshold for using deadly force. All they have to say in most instances is, I feared for my life, and they're good. Nothing's going to happen to them. And the other problem is there's no accountability for the police. This guy has had about 15 complaints about him through his career.
I heard it was 18.
And nothing's happened to him. And what happens is, when they if you were in any other profession and you had that many complaints, you'd get fired. But these guys are not being fired. And what happens is they get a message that their ass is covered, that they can keep doing what they're doing. And what happens is, not only do they continue with what they're doing, the behavior escalates. You know, they could have nipped this guy in the bud a long time ago. They could have just fired him and said, you're not fit for this job, you're out of here. And they need to pass a law so that when a cop gets fired from one department, they can't go and work for another department. They're finished in the industry.
Exactly. And I was also going to say that fucking Amy Klobuchar, a Democrat leader, had the chance when she was in there, you know, to fucking suspend this guy and, you know, not even suspend him, get him fired and shit like that, because she had basically with that. And this bitch refused to. She fucking refused to, bro.
Yeah. Hey, I just got to address degrees of murder. First degree murder, they'll never charge him with first degree, because first degree murder is like a lot of premeditation. It's almost like you have to.
That's what I thought.
plan the crime out in the morning before you did it. So they're never going to do that. They just can't. That's premeditation. That's why he can't get first degree, no death penalty, nothing. Second degree murder, there still has to be, it's not like you planned it, but it's almost like I think you intended to kill. Now, this is where the problem comes in. What the prosecutors have done, they've charged him. If you read the definition of third degree murder, they can definitely get him on third degree murder if you read the definition of it.
But that's a sentence, right?
Yep. See, this is the thing. I want to say, second degree murder, he can turn around and say, now, we may not agree with this on here, but in a court of law, his lawyers can say, hey, look, man, he had his knee on his neck, but he didn't know he was cutting off his blood flow. He didn't mean to kill him. Now,
everybody told him that he was.
He may, I haven't finished. He may still get found guilty of second degree murder, but then again, he may not. And if he gets off, they can't charge him again. If he gets away, he's walking. They've charged him with third degree so that they know they can get him.
Mala, to further your point, Mala is actually speaking facts here because that's what's called double jeopardy. Double jeopardy, which pretty much just means you can't be tried for the same thing twice. So he does make some sense there that if it could go wrong. Yeah, I mean, he could easily get a good lawyer. Guys, look what happened with Amber Geiger. Amber Geiger broke into a motherfucker's house and took his life and got 10 years, bro.
Yeah, man. And you look at Rodney King. They had video. And they all got off. You see, this guy is a cop, and it's a lot harder to charge a police officer and convict him than it is an everyday member of the public. It's a lot more difficult.
And that's where the problem. That's where the problem.
Yeah, they've charged this guy so they can get him.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no doubt. And this is why they have to pass a law in every state to every fucking police department to where if something like this has happened and you've even got witnesses that are saying that were even yelling at the cop and the cops are smiling, looking at him like, and I mean, and you have people yelling, witnesses yelling, you're killing him, you can't breathe, and the man is telling him himself, and his lawyer, his defense is gonna come out and say, oh, he didn't know. I'm telling you, bro, if they let him off, bro, then you know what? I'm just gonna sit back and mind my business on the rioting if it does happen and everything, because maybe the system, if they let this shit pass, maybe it does need a lesson like this. But at the same time, we'll be harming ourselves.
I just got to say one thing. I watched a lot of police shows. You know that the case we just saw. They said to him, he can't breathe. He can't breathe. And the Asian cop said, he's talking. He can breathe. And I've watched a lot of police shows in America, and I've heard the cops say that. I've seen a lot of guys, African Americans, as it turns out, saying I can't breathe. And every time I've heard the cops say you can breathe, you're talking. And that's what this this Asian cop said in this incident here. That's the attitude of the cops. If you can talk.
Guys, I'm gonna debunk that right away because I used to date a girl who liked to be choked during sex, and trust me, man, I used to fucking. I used to have this girl around the neck like freaking Homer and Bart Simpson, bro, like eyeballs popping out of her head. And she would still be, fuck me harder. But
that's what the cops, that's what the police, that's what I've noticed them say a lot. And with the third degree murder, do you remember that Somali cop last year? I think it was a year or two back. He blew away that white woman standing by his car.
Yeah.
Yeah. She thought someone was being sexually assaulted in an alleyway by a house. She rang the cops, went down to the car. She was by the passenger door of the car, kneeling down with a cell phone in her hand, talking to them. And someone made a noise, and the Somali cop who was driving just pulled his gun out, reached over, and blew her away. He got third degree murder and manslaughter. Those were his charges, and he got 12 and a half years.
Look at that. And then the case of Amadou Diallo, right? The gentleman that got killed in New York City, shot 40 times. They emptied clips out on this brother, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you also had a gentleman who was abused by police. They broke a plunger in his asshole. Like, you know what I'm saying? They had to do reconstructive surgery in his rectum and his intestines. Like, you know what I'm saying? Police abuse happens everywhere. And yes, it does exist, but not like Red said and everyone else on this panel and everyone that believes what I'm about to say. Not every cop should be held to this standard, but cops should be held to a higher standard. Yes, Sweetie Squad. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. You know, when it comes to shit like this, there has to be a bill passed to where if it was intentional and it's seen, especially recorded in these days of social media, the way it was like that, and it's gonna because that video is gonna be played in the court of law. You know what I'm saying? And the jury's gonna look at that, and he's done. He is done. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. You know what's gonna be real fucked up? We still got more bullshit to go through because the jury selection. The problem here, the jury selection can't be all white. Watch.
Oh yeah, mate. Yep.
Well, I think the real problem here is the fact that the police officers are not held to the same legal standards as the citizens. I
Well,
think that's the real
yeah.
problem here. If
Well,
we
that's-
can if we can send out the message that if you're a police officer that doesn't give you a license to get away with murder, just like anybody else, I think they'll get the picture. Because once you start throwing the book at them and you show them, oh, you can serve life just like anybody else can. You know,
Yep.
your whole life and your livelihood and everything can be snatched away from you just like anybody else. They'll
that's
get
what
the message.
That's what I was saying earlier about the police culture. You've got a paramilitary unit, you've given them weapons, but then you've created such a low threshold for when they can actually use the deadly force, and there's no accountability after they've used it. They can just say, oh, I feared for my life, and they say, yeah, okay. The threshold is so low, it's almost inevitable they're going to resort to these weapons.
And
Do you
one
know what
last thing about the he's talking so he can breathe. That's complete and utter bullshit. When you're fearing for your life and you feel like you're dying, you're gonna muster up whatever energy you can. And you know what? As he's screaming for his life, the sad part about it is he's exhaling the air that he does have.
that he needs?
It's just like a boa constrictor. Anybody who knows how a boa constrictor kills its prey, when it exhales, it keeps tightening and it's not allowing it to inhale new oxygen. So that whole thing about that you can still talk, so you can still breathe, nah, fuck that. Them police officers need to be taught that if they ever get caught saying that, they're gonna get written up. And it could be something more serious if there's any kind of bodily harm or some shit, because that's bullshit. Fuck that.
Here's another thing, with this court system thing that Jay was bringing up. In the Bible, it says in the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, it says, "Show no partiality in judgment, because it's no good." This court system always shows respect of persons when it comes to these cops. And this is why these curses keep on happening. If there's no justice, you get a rule of fools who gonna be outraged and trying to tear down the city because they're not bringing justice, and that's lawlessness.
Exactly. And this is why people should be happy that in the Supreme Court you have fair judges, and they're mostly ran by Republicans. Not that this is why the Democrats were so fucking pissed at and try to even. They even tried to set up the guy that Trump tried to put in there as a Republican, bro, for that seat with a rape charge that was totally fabricated. Totally failed on that too, right? So when you look at this now, this is all for their power. All this is being done. Lives are being sacrificed, bro, for this bullshit.
A crazy thing too about just like them emptying clips out on people and like shooting them 40 times. I actually talked to a cop about that personally because I'm a security officer, so I have connects to the police officers. But what they told me is oftentimes if they do use their gun, it's smarter for them just to shoot to kill as opposed to shoot to injure, because if they do shoot them and let's just say they're paralyzed, they can actually get sued. That the guy who got shot and paralyzed can, like, the family can turn around and like sue the cops and shit. It's real weird, man. It's
but at the same time, not saying you, but that law, if it's passed or whatever that they have, is a big contradiction on their behalf too, because you can also be sued for wrongful death if proven guilty.
That is true. Yeah, that's a fair point.
I want to bring up something else real quick because I took my carry. I don't currently carry, but I did take the class to carry. You know, that's the class you got to take in order to get your permit.
Yeah, I
And
got both.
and one of the things that they teach you was that Jay Dill who said that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you probably remember this if it's the same over
Yeah.
where you're at. But one of the things they teach you is you don't shoot to take a life, you shoot to save a life.
Exactly.
Okay, and I know nobody was shot in this particular instance, but the reality is this: nobody's life was in danger when he had it.
Yeah.
The only guy whose life was in danger was the one with the knee on his neck. All right,
Exactly.
if you're not protecting a life and you kill somebody, that should be automatic second degree murder, in my opinion. Automatic. At the very least, it should be second degree murder. I think this should be first degree murder, but
His
second,
knee was still on his neck when he was unconscious.
exactly,
He knew.
unconscious and still had his knee on his neck.
Well, let's break
Yeah.
it down here for a second. Let's break it down here for a second, gentlemen. Let's break it down here, right, my brothers? Okay. Could he be charged with first degree murder if it was intentional and the videos and everything, and if his defense comes out? Because look, listen up, hold on. If the defense comes out with he didn't know he was killing them, and you had people yelling at him and his face and his hands in his pocket nonchalantly like that, because that alone, right? No.
The answer is no, because you got to plan that before you come to the scene.
Okay. Now let me finish. Hold on. This is what I'm saying. Let me finish. Hold on. Right now, it is known. It is a known fact that they worked together in a nightclub. Right. It is a known fact. Now, with that being thrown there, counterfeit bill. He responds. If there's something more to this, then he's gonna get charged. It would be premeditated. It would be. Think about this. Think about what I'm saying.
Prove it.
Think about what I'm saying. No, I'm saying if something comes up as to where the cop too has something to do with counterfeit money with this man. Let's just say if there's any connection beyond that of them working together at a nightclub, then yes, it can be. It can be. If something comes up. Now listen to what I'm saying. If something comes up.
Motive, right? The motive, right?
Yep, that's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, the motive would be that if something comes up, that means that officer and Mr. Floyd probably were in on something, and that officer too has counterfeit money. He tried to silence him.
Yeah,
that would be motive.
Yeah.
If
the thing is that's the hardest. Can you hear me, lads?
Yep.
Yep. The thing is that's the hardest thing to prove. If you get that first degree murder, if he gets off, you cannot trial him for the same trial. That is so hard to prove that it's premeditated. That's where you have to come out with us,
Well, if there's a trace, a trace, right? Like I said, the counterfeit bill, right? The counterfeit bill. Now,
I'm not saying, I'm sorry.
If that officer was in on something with Mr. Floyd and he answered that call of using his power to hide the fact that he too was in on it and he too may have counterfeit bills, and they come to find that out, just like they found this out, and they do investigations, there will be a trail, my man.
Yeah. But the thing is, if he gets off, the thing is, if you go first degree murder, any new technicality can get you off on that.
Yeah.
He may be pleading for a third degree murder just to get a lighter sentence. So he may be pleading guilty just to get the lighter sentence. So it could be understood as a plea deal. So even if they can prove, more likely they will go for the third degree murder just for him to get a plea deal. That's something that may come up as well.
But the thing is, I think it's important to bring up Amber Geiger too, because that was a girl who seriously, essentially broke into a man's house and took his life. So
yeah,
and she was able to get just 10 years, right? They just gave her 10 years for that. Like if it were been one of us on this panel that did that, if I were to break into Jay or Red Glove's house and shoot him, like I would have to come up with a better excuse than, I thought it was my house, right? Like
it's like first degree murder. It's just the threshold for proving it Yeah, it's like they're going to have to prove that he sat down and he planned that he was going to get him on
That's
that
what I'm
street and
saying.
back.
Yeah,
And
That's
it's
what
just,
I'm saying.
yeah, it's such
that's
a
what I was trying to say. Yep, it's,
Yeah.
it's such a fine line, you know. That's what I was trying to say. Like, you know,
Second degree is
All right.
the second degree is the one that I know I can get, but
yeah,
third degree is the guaranteed one.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want.
All right. All right. Yeah. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
you know,
Yeah, I took criminal law as well. My thing is this: you could prove second degree murder, and you got witnesses and all that stuff. The thing you can say is the intent. After a while, he didn't. Meaning, you could say he didn't come in thinking he's gonna kill this guy, but as soon as he got that guy down, now the intent was there. And then the proof of the pudding is when the man was unconscious, he still forced his power in his knee on his
yeah,
neck. And
Yup.
that's
Yup.
yeah,
his intent. He didn't premeditate it, but his intent was there as soon as he saw the guy.
yeah.
Right.
That's
Right. Hey,
which
hey, Mala. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Uh,
Hold on, Mala. You said
Yep.
that cop's wife filed for a divorce.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay. It,
she's just filed.
well, she's doing nothing heroic because this motherfucker had complaints and won several deaths like that way in her marriage. And how come she didn't leave him then? Because the shit is gonna hit the fan now.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. Guys, I have a chart here of number of deaths. Number of people shot to death by police in the United States of America from 2017 to 2020 by race. Okay, so we're going for whites first, right? 2017, 457 white people killed by police. 2018, 399 white people killed by race. 2019, 370 people, white people killed by police. And 2020, so far, 42 people killed by race or by police. This is all white. Now we're into the black. 2017, 223 people. 2018, 209. 2019, 235. And 2020, 31.
That's
Hispanic
crazy.
people, yeah, Hispanic people, 179. In 2018, 148. 2019, 158. And 2020, 13. And others, 44, 36. 2017, 44. 2018, 36. 2019, 39, and others this year 3.
Yeah, you know, those statistics are a little weird sometimes, though.
Yeah, yeah,
I get. I mean, it is fair to bring it up just to show the numbers that a lot of white people do get shot by the police, but at the
yeah,
same time, white people make up most of the population in the United States. So
yeah, yeah, no, yeah, no, but it's just numbers I want to bring up. White people get killed too, you know, and Hispanic people and you know other people from other races get killed. You know, so you know, I think sometimes it can be misleading, but you know, it
No,
seems to be like a
I
certain
understand what
demographic get more coverage. That's all I'm trying to say.
no, I understand exactly what Brian's trying to say because he's making a point here and he's not even realizing it. And I'm gonna make it for you. Thank you very much, Brian. Thank you so much. The media is making this racial right away.
Exactly.
White police officer kills and maims a black man in front of you know what I mean. Like instead of just saying
prove that
officer
he's a
kills
human.
man.
He's a human being, and
Exactly.
the heart of that officer was studying destruction. The devil was still in him. So
Yes.
this anybody who went through that, any color, that's injustice. I don't care.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, Jay. That's what I said before, Jay, about that black cop in Maryland. Had a black guy in his car with handcuffs on 2 months ago. The black cop turned over, shot him 7 times with handcuffs on, sitting next to him in the car, and the media didn't say anything.
It's crazy. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
You know why? You know why?
They can't
You know
play the
why
race card.
No, exactly. Because they look, the Democrats and the deep state and all these motherfucking Rothschild motherfuckers, Lucifer
They're
himself. It's the
they're
race card. That shit plays. That shit plays the strings. I mean, we hate racism. I mean, that's the first thing that they instilled in us, bro, since we were little. The first thing they teach us about history, slavery. Ponce de Leon and all of them, Christopher Columbus, or pillagers and rapists, and you know what I mean, teaching us his story, right? So his story is Lucifer's story. You know what I mean?
Well, Jay, I
you know-
I don't have to tell you much on this topic and everything. Just as far as just like the media goes and stuff, like it's just been like this for a long time, man. Where the media, man, is one of the most divisive things ever, man. Like the last thing they want is for us all to realize that we're in this shit together. The last thing they want is for us to unite as one. So they're always gonna promote racism, and yes, they do promote it.
Yeah.
Okay, they're always gonna promote it, and they're always gonna use it as a tool to keep us all separated and all of us tribalistic and everything, man.
Well, let me tell you the difference between MSNBC, CNN, CBS, and ABC, right? And then you got little old lonely Fox. Fox, I don't know if you guys have done this research, but please, if you haven't, before you even try to say that all news corporations are the same, it's been debunked, just like I just debunked that all presidents, especially this one, is not a puppet, okay? You got Fox that were telling us from the beginning that what these guys were going to do, how they was going to do it with the collusion, the fake collusion, and all of this, right? And every night they're telling us, and every night they're calling out the other news networks. Meanwhile, CNN now, because they got called out, MSNBC, all of them, and when they wake up, they say the same thing except Fox, right? They always use one keyword like dossier. All of them used it. Fox, on the other hand, if they showed the video, they say right off the bat, it's disgusting, it's racist in a way, if you want to look at it in that picture, but at the same time, a human life was lost. As to CNN and the rest of these motherfuckers, oh, look, a white cop, he killed him, and that's not right, and it's President Trump's fault. Right away, you see the political picture. You understand what I'm saying? This is what, and if you don't believe me, then this is what you do. Throw on Fox for 5 minutes, and then go to CNN for 2 minutes, then go to MSNBC, then go to NBC, then go to ABC, right? And then you will see the difference. You will see what I'm saying. That
if you really don't believe what Jay's saying, like you remember when I sent you that thing about how Fox News, they were seriously not gonna allow Fox to cover the elections and shit, dude. Like
yeah, and they were spied on too. Every newscaster that was there was spied on. That's why the ones that were left. There are two anchors that were on the left, and they used to go against everybody there, and they left on their own. And guess where they work? Guess where their correspondents at? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. It's fucking nuts. This is what I'm saying. Like, not like this president is not a puppet like the rest of them were. And you could tell the difference. He's going against the bankers. Why? Because the other presidents were controlled. They were not rich. They were scared. They were scared of President Trump from the beginning, simply because he had money. He has 3 layers of protection. He has 3 layers of protection, and at the same time, he's already rich. There's no need for him to do what these guys were doing. This president has more money than any president that has been up there, even the oil tycoons, bro. And this is what they feared. They feared that this man was gonna, and Trump played it smart. Trump showed their hypocrisy a long time ago. He collected it and he said, look, all of these fucking actors and everything were all cool with him. There are only some that still, like Mike Tyson and the rest of them, still hang with Trump from the beginning. The rest of them, they were all, like Snoop Dogg, his fake persona, and everybody else, they were all cool with him. They all had pictures taken with him, all laying back when Trump was just the business tycoon, man. But now that he became the president and setting shit straight, where you're not going to be able to fucking, not explain like the Democrats used to, let you run off, not explain the lyrics in your music and stand responsible for them. Now you're going to have to do that. Now there are certain parental discretions and shit. Now parents have to do the work, not the fucking government. This is why they hate Trump. This is why. This is exactly why. Everything. Think about it. If you look at the Democrats, These guys are saying stay home, regardless you lose your job, regardless you lose your apartment. Here comes Trump. No. If you're going to have them fucking stay home over your bullshit because you can't get along with me and because you don't understand that this is the way America was and should be as to being free and reaching your dream and being what you want to do. You know what I'm saying, B? Well, you know what? We'll do this. But at the same time, not for too long because you're going to crash the economy. And these guys are like, we don't care. They're going to stay inside. And this. So here comes Trump telling you, you know what? This is the date I'm setting. If the numbers spike down, I want to see numbers. But at the same time, while you're waiting, here's a little bit of money to help you go through your hardships because these motherfuckers are trying to fucking leave you out. And everybody out there, he's not my president. He's not my president. But you'll take the fucking stimulus check, right? And that check helped your motherfuckers out. It helped you out in your own selfish way or it helped you out in the way it was supposed to, but it helped you out regardless. So this is what I'm saying. Everybody needs to stop this orange man and his voters are fucking bad because Hillary Clinton, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and the rest of these Robert De Niro stupid ass motherfuckers who are kicking and screaming like if they're going through hardships like us and they're not. This is why I say LeBron James, fuck him. Kaepernick, fuck him. Anybody who's in the millions and in the spotlight, you can't talk to us. You can't say anything because you're not going through what we're going through. Nobody is. Listen, you got millions that you can lay back that you done suck dick and swallow children for, motherfuckers. I know exactly what y'all killed Epstein because he knew too much. And he was ready to tell y'all in order to save his life. And I'm not putting him in a good picture, but this is the shit you go through, putting our minds, our mental health, and our fucking health, period, and our children through this shit and calling it shock culture. Fuck you. Fuck you, Howard Stern, and everybody else that's fucking contracted under media. And fuck you too, YouTube. Fuck all of yous. All of yous. Bill Gates, you're not a fucking genius. You know what you are? You're the right hand of fucking Lucifer. We know about your injections. We know what you've been doing where all of these fucking indigenous people have been dying where you've been testing these shits out. We know that your fucking computers that you make cause glaucoma, causing us not being able to see real fine print documents. Yes, my brothers and sisters. They get you at your job too. Meaning, oh, we don't test, but you signed because they know you can't see that fine print to a point that they say they can fire you at any given time without any motherfucking arguments or pushback or any court of law because that's how they feel and they can fire you under any term. So if they see that you're not black enough or they see that you're too black or too Spanish, they get rid of you and they tell you some shit like we're cutting down back. But if you go back a month later, what happens? Somebody or two other people took your place. You know what I'm saying? These are fucking facts, bro. These are fucking facts. And these guys are playing with our lives, with our children's future. There will be no future. And what's going to happen is there's going to be vigilantism. We're going to be living like fucking Mad Max, bro. People are going to be killing each other. People are going to be fucking robbing each other, bro. People are going to be home invaders. They're going to be more deaths. They're starting it now. This is all a social media experiment. When they show these hidden people that are put there at the right time with these cameras to record and act like they're part of everybody, so that way they can have footage of it from different angles. And voila, there goes the fake civil fucking war that they're trying to do and it's called order out of chaos. How the fuck are you going to tell me we're able to print money, but we're in debt? But here comes Trump saying, no. It is you that owe us. How come nobody else acted out of order? Because they know, had they had any other country besides China and our own have done this, bro, there would have been consequences to pay. That's why Russia's in check. Everybody else understands. And they're like, fuck this. China got to answer to this shit. Because China, too, was thinking about them. They were on some Cobra shit where they was going to take over everything with this fucking thing where it's just a flu. And they're spiking it by sabotaging deaths. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't believe me, bro, that this shit is fucking fake, if you don't believe any of us, all of y'all, go to your local emergency room, go to the next county or the next state or whatever, go there to any emergency room and see if the emergency rooms are over flooded with fucking COVID patients. Bro, how is that when Fox just reported, not CNN, not anybody else, and Trump, and now it's being said that nurses, and I know friends and family that are nurses, okay, are being laid off. Doctors are being laid off because, right? and they're being pushed. This is why this New York shit, because New York has the highest and the biggest fucking count in fucking old folks homes, right? So this fucking mayor, who's of them, pushed everybody over there, even the young, to move in. Henceforth, you got young motherfuckers who are on lockdown in there, which happened last week. A young fucking idiot, a motherfucker who don't deserve, who should have been swallowed and excreted, fucking punching an old man, abusing an old man. And everybody thought, oh, the media put it as he worked there as an orderly. No, he didn't. He did not work there. He was placed in there like if they're using the old folks home for people that had COVID or whatever, or, you know what I'm saying, as a shelter, dog. What the fuck? And this is what's happening, America. This is what's happening, my brothers and sisters. This is fucking crazy. This is crazy. And people that are out there listening to this George Soros shit, no freedom. I mean, no justice, no respect. But yet you're stealing, you're fucking looting. No justice, no fucking no peace, right? But yet you're crisis actors. Some of y'all know this. You're being paid for this by a warmonger. So what are you talking about? And like I said, if nobody believes me as you're listening, go and do your fucking homework. If there is an agency for fucking crisis actors, then
hold on. I do want to say one thing. Y'all go, if y'all haven't, y'all go follow Jay on Facebook and look at the Craigslist ad. That shit was funny. But hey, it's at this point, it's almost like you can't deny it, bro. They have proof. Like during the Sandy Hook and like the Boston bombing, you saw the same people reacting to the same crisis. And they were like in two different states, man. Like, I don't know. I believe that shit, though. I really believe that they fucking hire people for crisis and shit.
Hell yeah. Yo, Hold on, J Dill, thank you for for coming on through, man. I appreciate it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Brian. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Can I say something? Does anybody know the names of any of the passengers on any of the flights on 9/11? I have not heard one single name of any passenger on any of the flights in 9/11.
Oh damn! If we're gonna be getting into 9/11, I'll tell you.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying. I've not heard one name.
I'll tell you guys something.
I heard the name of people in the towers, but I've never heard one name from anybody from any of the flights.
Okay, but you guys know the Rothschilds, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so right before the towers got destroyed, they got a bunch of money. They took a whole lot of money out of.
Apparently, they were insured, weren't they? They insured the towers probably a couple of months. I heard they insured the towers a couple of months before they went down.
Yeah. So like it was 2 days before. I know it was like a day or two before they took all the money and shit out of there. And shortly after that happened, shortly after we went to war with Afghanistan, the Rothschilds opened a bank there. And that was like, Afghanistan was like, or Iran, it was one of those. It was either Iran or Afghanistan was like one of the last regions that they needed to open a bank and shit, bro. So like when you look at it like that, like seriously, like a month or two later after the war had started, the Rothschilds are opening a bank, and not to mention the money that got funneled out of the buildings before they got. But that's a good point you bring up, Brian, because no, I've never heard of any passengers. Like if anybody
I've heard of people in the towers. I heard names of people in the towers, but I've never heard one passenger's name on any list coming from the second plane. I did hear somebody's name from the first list. I forget. That's years ago, but I've never heard a name from the second plane that hit this tower. I've never heard no name come from anything. You hear people
I know
that, but, you know.
I know, but I know that there was some executive. I mean, the guy from the producer Peter Engel from the guy that created Saved by the Bell. He was on one of the planes. He died. I know on the other plane there was a military soldier that was on there that he brought one of the planes down before it hit the Pentagon. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, it was very rare, what the names they released, but I think the families, they want their names released like that. And They wanted it released at the memorial. So I'm more than sure if you go to New York City, Wall Street, and you head to the memorial on at the bottom of that Freedom Tower, which I call it Satan Tower. You know what I'm saying? You know, no disrespect to any of the survivors, but
if I ever go to New York, I might go and look at that. But you know, I've never heard any names. You know, so it's just a point I wanted to bring up. But there's something else too.
Well, it could be different for us too, Brian, because Jay Cotto's actually from New York. Were you staying in New York when that happened, Jay?
Bro, let me tell you something. I got on with my friend James Rodriguez, and whom we're not friends anymore. But if you guys ever want to fact check me on this, you can. Me and my former friend James Rodriguez, we hitched on a ride at the time because they had the streets blocked off and stuff, and you know we really wanted to help. And I lived on the Lower East Side, right? So we hitched on this Union truck with some iron, the steel iron workers, and they asked us for the car, the Teamster cards and stuff before we got on the regular city bus that was they made into a shuttle bus to take us to 9/11, the ground zero at the time. They called it because it was in destruction. So we told them, listen, man, we just want to help, bro. Look, we bought our own hard hats, we bought equipment, we want to help. So they was like, you know what, get on. If they ask you, you're down with Teamsters, and we'll do the rest of the talking. Lo and behold, as we're getting over there, bro, we see the military with M60 rifles, M16 rifles, bro. You know what I'm saying? It just started turned into like a movie, bro. Flood lamps and smoke and destruction, and then all of a sudden we got there. And I tell you right now, bro, we saw fingers, hot spots, things still caving in. We had to run every time they said hot spot, and everybody had to run. We had all types of workers there, FBI workers, CIA workers that were volunteer now from everywhere, from parts of the world, bro. It was fucking crazy. We had planes, jets flying. I'm telling you, I was right there, and this was I would say a couple of hours after. Okay. And after that, bro, listen, I saw fingers, knuckles that were cut in half. I saw like certain people with their heads like that, those that didn't get to stand up to get up, to get out the office. It's like I saw a fucking person, like his head buried in the shoulders with half of the ceiling coming down on it. Like I seen mad shit. They were passing buckets of water, cemented blocks with blood and shit. And we was helping, with the search and rescue if there was any. I mean, people running into gruesome shit. There were guys running off, finding corpses and shit, crying. I'm telling you, it was fucked up. It was fucked up.
I can imagine.
Something my aunt told me, because she was staying out there during that time too, is man, it's crazy because she'll cry when she's talking about it. Like she told me, like nothing compares to the sound of a bomb going off. Like she said, it sounded like bombs were going off. She said that the sound coming from the chaos was just so disturbing. And she said they were so close to it that the people outside actually reacted and they fell down to the ground due to the shock waves and stuff. Like, I mean,
I can imagine. Yeah,
dude. Like people.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I was laying down next to my ex-wife, right, and I was sleeping. All of a sudden, like, I just heard the first boom, and I got up. And at the time, they were making a park across the street in the Jewish co-ops that I lived across the street from. And it was a big hole, so I thought that they were doing land blasts there, to make more ground and stuff. So that's what I thought. So I didn't think nothing of it. All of a sudden, my ex-wife gets it. She's like, "Yo, Jay, look, baby, look outside. People are running. Oh my God, look!" And from my window, I can see the tower. So I see one of them was smoking. I said, "Oh shit, a gas pipe or something. I don't know. Must have burned off." I said, "That's crazy." So I got dressed. I went downstairs to get some fucking wraps from the store. And as I'm walking, the second one hits. Boom!
I bet you could hear that. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I was down there. This was at least 4 miles away from where I was, right? Where I actually lived. And I tell you right now, bro, everybody around me that was looking up at the first one already, wondering what the fuck happened. A lot of people didn't see the first plane. Let me tell you something. The second one, when it hit, some people saw it. As soon as it hit, everybody around me, it's like somebody let off a machine gun. Everybody hit the deck, even myself.
No, that's
how
what.
loud.
Yeah, no, that's what how my aunt explains it like that. She said that like the sounds were so disturbing. She's like you'll never know what fear is like until you hear of a sound like that. Just the sound of all out chaos, man.
I was 14 years old. We were in Strabane, and we were just crossing the border. You know, we just crossed the border, and just up the road, a bomb went off. IRA, and a building came. Well, not a building, but you know, partially a building came down. If we were 100 yards up, you know, closer to it, we would probably be dead now. So, you know, yeah, I was 14 years old.
Wow.
And we were just going shopping. It was a Saturday.
Yeah, man, people really don't put it into perspective. Like it's one thing watching it in a movie, but to actually be next to like an explosion or something,
Yeah,
like
man,
dude,
crazy. That is crazy. You know,
guys, man, you know what was even more crazy, guys? That, you know, walking the normal way you usually do, but everybody walking towards you. And I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck's going on? And I'm looking behind me and I'm like, wait a minute, there's nobody else walking the way I'm walking. Everybody's walking the opposite direction. I felt like I was in a fucking, like a Twilight Zone horror movie, because I'm like, wow, everybody's walking together. Like, I never seen this before in one direction. Everybody was being evacuated out of Manhattan, and people that lived in Manhattan were being told, you know, being sent home. It was like martial law. And I got stuck in between being 2 blocks away, because I had to walk 2 blocks to go to the store. 2 blocks away, 2 city blocks away from where I live. So that right away, this shit was no longer than 10 minutes, bro. You see the army, everybody. They barricaded the streets. The police came to back. You couldn't cross the street. I was like, okay, so what? I gotta spend the night here on this side? No, my house is 2 blocks up. How can I get across to go to? Well, you got to go up about maybe a mile and then cross up and hope that they let you. I was like, no. So I talked to a police sergeant. A police sergeant talked to one of the fucking military guys, and they had me and like 4 other people escorted going that way. And after that, they stopped doing it. Whoever got stuck on that side had to call people and tell them I'm not coming home for the next day until they open this shit up. It was crazy, bro. This shit was fucking retarded, and it's terrible what's going on. These are hoaxes coming from the Dems. At that time, it was the Dems and the Republican and one Republican president working together under greed. This is why Trump took the responsibility and said, you know what? If I'm going to stay a billionaire, I got to do this for my cause as well. And at the same time, I'm going to help the people, and I'm going to help people that fought for this country. And this is what he's doing. And people have to understand, bro. It's not about Orange Man is bad. It's not about everything he says is racist. You got to understand, man. If you knew Trump before, that he has spunk and he got a big fucking mouth like us New Yorkers do, that's exactly what his personality is. He's not going to change. And those people that are calling that they're realists, then you're being a fake motherfucker, because you should know this guy from the fucking jump. Okay? Just like I know Mala since I met him, and like 6-7 years from now, he's still the same Mala. Hey, he's a real motherfucker, because he hasn't changed not once. His personality, his thought process, nothing. Same thing with Brian, same thing with Hybrid, same thing with Red, same thing with y'all, same thing with me. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's be careful on who we call real these days now. You know what I mean? Let's pass judgment on motherfuckers. Why not? The thing is, don't let your judgment be harsh. That's all. Give motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt. Give them that little inch. And the moment you see that they want to take a mile, you got to scissor them. You got to cut them off, because it gets to a point that it can be toxic and poisonous and spread into your fucking life. And people don't hold themselves accountable for the shit that they do to others anymore. Only the ones that are realists. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah. Even the Republicans don't like Trump because they can't control him. The Republican Party. He's just one of them people. He's just one of them people, that he has his own mind, and he'll say what he wants. He'll do what he wants. And I honestly believe he's in it. Yeah. I honestly believe he's in it to bring America back to where it used to be. America used to be about helping, not destruction. And
This
You
is
know.
actually a concept that a lot of people can't grasp. And this is to
Yeah.
further your point, Brian. I'm not attacking you by no means, but like a lot of people can't grasp the fact that this dude won because he has money. Okay. Most politicians that run for office, they're real reliant on donors and sponsors, and they got to rub shoulders. They got to rub people's shoulders in order to appease, and things like that. Trump didn't have to do none of those things.
Yeah,
He was able to
but
fund his own campaign and say
but
whatever
in
the
doing
hell he
that,
wanted.
but in doing that, now he owes nobody. He funded his own campaign. He owes nobody. He owes nobody any favors. He owes nobody nothing. These guys, once they get into office and they run for office and they get donors, this guy. When you get elected, you owe me a favor. And somebody else, you owe me another favor. And another guy does, other guy gives them, you owe me a favor. These guys end up owing before they get in office. Trump funded his own. He owes nobody. He owes nobody but himself. And I think if you ask Trump, he owes the American people, and that's the only people he does freaking owe, because this guy is not reliant on anyone. He doesn't depend on anyone for anything. He just does it himself, and I think he's trying to do what's right for the American people, even though a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon. Well, this guy doesn't give a shit about us. He's rich. But I honestly think he is actually a president that cares. And he's trying. He's trying to make changes. But when you're in that system, it's hard to make changes.
Yeah, and I would say that the change really started when Obama joined, because before then, the role of a president was like a guy who came to the White House and, like, mind you, a lot of times these dudes who are elected for president have never stepped foot in the White House. Okay, they're stepping foot into an environment where there's people that have been in that White House for 40 plus years. They've seen presidents come and go. They know the right language to use in order to manipulate these guys. Okay, like guys like Obama, let's just say, to give Obama the benefit of the doubt, let's just say he did want to bring hope. Let's say he did want to bring change. But the moment that he stepped into the White House, he has all these other people tugging him this way, tugging him that way, which Obama's presidential run, which is why I say things really changed during this time, is that guy passed more bills, okay, just on his own accord without getting a House vote. Okay, that dude passed more bills on his own than any other president combined before him. Okay, that's one thing that people have to understand.
Roosevelt, but yeah.
I mean, but Roosevelt.
Yeah, in recent times, yeah, no, I get you. But the thing about that now is Trump owes nobody, and for him to get a bill passed, he has to go through the committee because they won't let him pass a bill. Could you imagine him saying, "Well, I want to tax big business." Could you imagine him? Because he'd be the type of guy who'd go, "Well, I want to tax the big business," and the committee, that committee just not letting him do it. I said, "No, you're going to have to go for a vote to do that." There. You see, this is the thing. He is beholden to nobody. Nobody donated to his campaign. He paid for everything himself. And that's where he differs from a lot. He may be rich, but he owes nobody in there, and they can't control him. That is their problem. That's why they want him out of the White House.
Yeah, because I mean, there's been systems, man, that have been put in place to keep these guys protected, man, and And a lot of it did get exposed by guys like Edward Snowden. Okay, guys. I mean, Edward Snowden, like, exposed the corruption that's going on in the White House. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Do you remember? I saw this. I don't know where I saw it. This is another thing before 9/11. Where was it? The Pentagon, the day before, announced that they lost $3 trillion due to mismanagement of funds.
Yep.
The day after 9/11 happened.
Did you hear me bringing that up too earlier, Brian?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I was bringing that up earlier, but
Yeah.
no, you worded it. You definitely explained it a lot better than I did.
Yeah, well, they lost over $3 trillion. I believe it was $3 trillion. The Pentagon lost before 9/11. Apparently, where they lost it, apparently that was the part of the building that was hit by the plane.
Yeah.
But they reported, some people reported that they took funds. They took a massive amount of money out of that building. And shortly after, once they went to war with, I can't recall
that was
if it
the Pentagon. That was the Pentagon. But yeah.
So if it was like Iraq or Afghanistan, but the Rothschilds, guys, a lot of you who aren't familiar with the Rothschilds are one of the most wealthiest. They're pretty much like the puppet masters. A lot of people.
The Rothschilds, the Kochs, no, you can't even mention them names. I'm probably on a hit list now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we gotta be careful.
I don't give a shit what list I'm on, kid. I know that I was raised. I'm put it this way, bro. I'm from the old America era. You know what I mean? Where, like I said, it's the 70s, 80s, 90s. You know what I mean? Before this millennia happened, where things were at order. The law mattered. The law was fair. Of course, there was corruption, but at the same time, corruption was actually being tried at certain points. You know what I mean? Not now, where they're doing it blatantly in your face. Now, before I end this live, I want to thank everybody that had joined me on the panel before. Regular Militant, Jay Dill, Mala, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry I couldn't pass out, the links to anyone else because this shit only allows you with 6 people on the panel. Also want to thank Hybrid and Brian for coming on. Everybody go check out Hybrid's channel. Yeah, everybody check out Hybrid's channel as well as Brian, man. Brian Hawking, go check him out, man. He's dropping some boxing content.
I'm just starting out. So, literally, I only have one video out. So, I will drop more content. Let's just,
it's all right. It's all right. Go check out that one video, and it leads to more. Don't worry, bro. We got you. Otherwise, and go check out Hybrid 95 too. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, than that, gentlemen, thank you very much, everybody. Everybody that has stopped by in the comment section, and you have placed your thoughts and everything, and your comments. Thank you very much. It is very, very, very well and greatly appreciated. You guys are awesome. Just God bless each and every one of y'all. If you can stay home and be safe with your families, please do so. Because I do want to see you another day, and the day after that, and the year after that, and the years after that, and maybe another fucking millennia too. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Otherwise than that, man, God bless each and every one of y'all. Stay vigilant. Peace, fellas.
Peace out.
Peace out.